What's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. I'm Braethorn. Let's freaking go. Welcome, everybody. Happy to have you guys here for our little shindig this evening. How the heck are you? Happy to see y'all here. And yeah, added something new tonight. Today, I finally did the Tangia thing. So if you guys want to do some TTS, also there's a couple little memes in there you guys can throw in if you're so inclined. For YouTube, check the description, and for Twitch, if you're on mobile, there's a little tangerine button right there on the mobile chat there that you can click, or the link should pop up here pretty soon. Actually, I should maybe make a command for that, but I'm not sure why the link's not popping up in YouTube chat. I did set them as a moderator, but I guess it's just not really doing the thing. But you can look in the description. In the description is a link for Tangia. You can check it out there. There's like coins that are kind of like Twitch bits, and you can use that. But it should be fun. There's a few options for TTS, including
what we're all aware is my actual unaltered voice. That is included as one of the TTS options. This is my voice without effects, unaltered. This is what I really sound like. And that's what I trained the AI text-to-speech on.
But there's a couple other fun options as well that you guys can choose. Now let's say hi to some people in chat. Crash and Steve have a nice little convo before starting. Happy to see you guys here. And thank you for the kind words, Crash. I do appreciate that. Let's see. Talking about coming from console. It's a different world, isn't it? I know that for sure. What's up, Michael Superbacker? How have you been? How's it going? Coming in with a very wholesome message to hit that like button. It doesn't hurt you none, doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me out. So feel free to do that. Pokemon Alley, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Mike992, what's going on? How are you? When is it coming? I mean, it's just a couple minutes starting soon screen. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It just lets me get those last few things ready to go. Steve, member, 2 months. Hey, that's an interesting way to address someone. Gary Lee Laster coming in, beat the rush and deploy your like. That's right, guys. Get it while you can. Get it while it's hot. Hit that like button. It's not, there's no FOMO here. It's not going away. It won't go anywhere. But I do appreciate it if you do it. So there's that. Sailor X, welcome. Happy to see you as well. Dozilla, how are you? Blake Arrowwood got the Skytech Chronos 2 this week. It's my first gaming PC. Congratulations. How you liking it? Did you use code SWARM? Because that does save you money. I hope you did. Because that's free real estate. Why wouldn't you? Got a Ryzen 5 5700G and 3060 Ti. Should I upgrade? Should you? It's not up to me. If what you're doing is working, then you don't need to upgrade anything. If it's running slowly, or you get a higher resolution monitor or something like that that necessitates an upgrade, then sure, go for it. That should never be up to anybody but you. Never let someone tell you that you should spend more money where you don't need to. Don't let the market pressure you into upgrading. 3060 Ti is actually higher end than what a lot of people are using in the Steam hardware survey, the 3060. So yeah, you're already ahead of the curve. You're fine. Do you pay your mods, Bray? Bethesda has paid mods. Bethesda and I are very different. Also, my mods don't show up, so I don't know. The mods who've become moderators have wanted to do so. It's not something where I'm like hiring people to do that. But also Bethesda does some stuff that I'm not sure I would be too proud of were I the one doing those things. So I'm not really comparing myself to them. But also, their mods also are present more frequently. Hey, there's a Stream Elements thing. There you go. I'm going to be buying from iBuyPower by the start of May. Can't wait. Zections, remember that at the end of May or early June, we're going to get announcements from AMD about new stuff. So keep that in mind, depending on what budget you're buying in at, whether that will affect you or not. Hard to say. Alice Duck, good evening. How's it going? Cadman Doremus, how are you? And Zections also, welcome. Model the shirt. This is not my shirt. This is Naruto. But the jacket is this is mine. These are just, you know, rare brew coffee from my buddy Brent over at I'm sorry, Brett. Wow. My buddy Brett. No, my buddy Brett over at UFD Tech. Their coffee line. You should definitely check that out. And people PCMR right there. Hi Brent. Yeah, he would love that. He's not your Brent host. He's your Brett host. Love the look of Kronos. Sick looking case. All you got to do to become instant friends with Crash is say you're buying from Skytech. That's all you have to do. Liked it so much I hit it twice. David, no! Don't do it! Hit it thrice if you're going to hit it more than once. Thrice will do. Budget's 2K, so I don't know if that does affect me. Kind of does. It kind of does. But we don't know many details other than rumors, so it's really hard to say. I've been playing DayZ with my friend from work. It's much better than the console version of DayZ. Okay. I've not played either, so I couldn't compare. What's going on, Kesso Goblin 101 over in Twitch chat? Coggle, how are you? Bears Beats and Battlestars. Looking forward to tonight's stream. It's been a crazy week. Heck yeah. It has. I agree. And Falcon Northwest, 2 streams in 1 week. Impressive. Most impressive. This is stream number 3. 3rd stream. Nobody notices my gaming streams. What is going on? The moment I start playing a video game, I stop existing in terms of every algorithm there is. It's definitely not frustrating. I gotta tell you. Not at all. Not whatsoever. But those are on Twitch only. I don't do those on the YouTube channel because that's where the computer content goes. Like this stream right here. Is the Corsair Elite build kit good? Pokemon Ali, I'm not a fan of the Corsair build kits. They make massive cuts in things like the motherboard, things like that. I just can't get behind that. I enjoy gaming with 3060 and a 1080p monitor. What would you say the minimum graphics card someone would need for 4K gaming? Michael, it depends on a couple of elements as usual. There's not really a solid answer that happens to fit everybody. If you care a lot about ray tracing, you're going to want to stick with NVIDIA. If you don't, then you could probably go with like a 7900 XT or 7900 GRE from, or a 6800 XT from AMD Radeon. Or, you know, 6900 XT. I mean, the prices on those are insanely good. It also depends on how you're going to set your graphics too. If you're going with NVIDIA, then I mean, heck, a 3080 could game in 4K. Just, it's the extent of what frames per second are you expecting, and will you help that happen by not running 30 Chrome tabs in the background? Then maybe a 4070 Ti Super would be a good choice for getting into 4K. It really, again, it's going to depend on your expectations. Yeah. Do you know if it's a graphics card or no? It's their new Ryzen processors that are supposedly going to be announced at Computex. That's what the speculation is. Though it's been speculated that new Radeon cards could be announced as well, and that even NVIDIA might be making their announcement about their cards that should be coming out Q3, Q4. Who even knows? NVIDIA does like to do that. Then again, so does AMD. Whenever one's going to get all the attention, the other one has to come in. Look at us. Look at what we do. Look at what we've got. Koopa Catnip, welcome. How's it going? You're not slipping, Falcon Northwest. You ain't slipping. It's okay. You're here for the right stream. Angry Beaver, what's up, buddy? How's it going? G-Code, how are you? Edge J, hey yourself. Please let the Swarm know today is the last day to enter to win the custom Bulwark Falconeer Chronicles Talon Check out socials and how to enter. Open review. Absolutely. Let's check that out. I'll drop a link for it. Trevor Noah, really? That was in 2021. I had not seen your pinned tweet. Nice. Okay, here. Here, guys, this is a link for PC giveaway from Falcon Northwest. There you go. It looks sick, too. Great looking PC. Very nice. Ah, all AMD, huh? Is it all? Yeah. Sick. 7800 X3D, 7900 XTX. That is a killer combo right there. Everyone at work always makes fun of me for saying they look like Naruto. Honestly, I don't see the resemblance. That's okay. If you're a real person, then you're not cartoon, so I can see what you mean. Corsair or MSI power supply or not really matter? I mean, neither of them make their own power supplies, to be honest. But they're both good. They're both pretty highly rated on the PSU Cultist tier list, so you're good either way. I have 2K. What is the best pre-built PC I can get? The best thing you can actually do is read the description of the YouTube stream, please, and click that link and fill out a form, because I don't know anything about you. And that's how I determine what's good for you. Based on the answers to actual questions, actual answers, actual information you provide me, rather than just a dollar amount. It could be a horrible PC for you. Like, say it's all CPU and very little GPU, right? That wouldn't be good. I mean, rarely would you see that. Well, say it's all GPU and very little, less on the CPU, because I'm assuming that all you're doing is gaming when actually you want to edit video, or you're trying to get into SolidWorks so you can design some things in the third dimension. It's all kinds of stuff. All kinds of elements come into play. So please fill out the form. It is free, so is the help. The help is free. All it costs you is your time, because that's what I'm investing myself, my time. And that's something that neither of us gets back, so let's spend it wisely. Very tasteful rig, very true. Sections, that's going to be your preference. You can go with a 1440p monitor and get higher frame rates, or go with a 4K monitor and get lower frame rates. Does it matter for the kind of games you play? I don't know. If you're playing Cyberpunk at full ultra ray tracing, then you probably don't need anything. You go 4K, you probably wouldn't be getting much more than 144 hertz anyway, or you go 1440p 240 hertz. You're not really utilizing that extra frame rate, that extra refresh rate, I should say. But then you switch over to Counter-Strike 2, or you switch over to Valorant, or something that's going to be higher frame rate, and you're going to wish that you had a bit smoother of an experience. I don't know. What's worth it to you? What's worth it to you? What kind of gaming are you talking about? Because that makes a big difference. It looks like a game to me. Mike992. It's probably a game. Yo, Bears, Beasts, and Battlestars, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to Teddybear1752. Much appreciated. That name just all across the screen. Is there a character limit for Twitch handles? Because I think you're close to it. And gifting another tier 1 sub to WT Fun Man. Thank you, Bears, Beasts, and Battlestars. Appreciate that. I would think that would still pop up with the center thing. I'm showing both of the alert things, and I need to fix that, but we're okay. It doesn't matter if there's a little pandemonium. I play about everything, TBH. Very helpful. Thank you. Thank you, Zections. That helps. It's like I was saying, it's your priorities. Whatever you prioritize. Higher resolution or higher frame rate. What do you care about?
Let's go nerds.
Was that loud enough or was that quiet? If I turn this down... That's not a hype voice. You might want to try a different one, I guess. But thank you for doing that. I don't know if you guys were able to even hear it, actually. So I turned down the music. I can turn that up a little bit, because it does cut out whenever I talk. Very quiet. Well, it's a low, smooth voice. There are other options, though. Thank you for another gifted sub to Munster. I appreciate that. I'm sorry about that, David Chandler. It's the first one I've ever gotten, so we're checking on that. We're checking it out. Where's the sandwiches tonight? I actually had some pizza already. We already had dinner, so I am completely full. No sandwich tonight. Sorry, Falcon Northwest. I'm sorry to disappoint you on that one. Did you bring enough for the class? I didn't bring it to the class. I have my hydration. It's, what is this? The 60 ounce, 60, whatever the size of this is. I have enough, I guess, maybe for the class. Could not hear it. Yeah, well, it's like, it sounds like this.
Let's go nerds.
There are other TTS voices. There are other ones. You want to try one of those probably. Or a longer message. But yeah, I'm still feeling it out. Still seeing how that's going to work. Sorry about that. Jasmine Devine, welcome. How are you? No worries. Happy to test it. I appreciate that. What's up, Igor? Coming in with 2 tier 1 subs as you do. I appreciate you. Thank you for that. That's a tier 1 sub for King Elvis and Sim Pilot 21. And there is King Elvis. And King Elvis would like to say, thank you very much. Meant pizza for all. Now I want pizza and I have to go quest for dinner. Have a good stream, Brave. Falcon Northwest, you have a good stream. Thanks for the heads up on the giveaway. It is the last day to enter that, guys, so make sure you get your entry in for that. PC from Falcon Northwest is a prize of a lifetime, so make sure you get in for that. Cherokee Vapors had leftover pizza too. Leftover pizza is awesome. Okay, here we go. Now we got a $5. David Chandler 1. Just gifted 5 tier 1 subs to the community. Let's go, nerds. That is a tier 1 sub for The Binary Theory, Edge J, Childish Guido, Epoch Semage, and It's Unbox. Let's go. Welcome to the Swarm. All right. Why can't I pin this? Thank you, David Chandler 1. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. That is awesome. Thank you very much. That's 5 new members of the Swarm. Heck yeah. Okay, I'll do this again. 1 second. Here you go, because it's not letting me pin the message. So here we go. Looks like I'll be doing this tonight. There is the giveaway from Falcon Northwest. Don't miss that. Guys, I'm going to say something that I don't normally say, and this is something that I'm getting from Evan and Caitlin, two of my favorite creators in the maker space on YouTube. When they also stream, they're pretty big in the streaming scene as well. If you get gifted a sub, consider paying it forward. It's a kindness done unto you, and you can do that kindness unto others. But yeah, then you have just nothing but kindness happening left and right, and you're supporting me in the process. It's all good stuff, probably. Bray, check the post you pinned. Well, it said it could not pin it. It said unable to pin. So I'm not sure what you mean. But there's a hype train. Heck yeah. Wait, what is this? Is this the right? Oh, that's the wrong post. I didn't pin that. I just copied it. It just says I won't win, sadly. Like, it's not over yet. Why are you saying that? Here's the actual tweet. There you go. Now I'm pinned. It's not letting me pin it. Okay, so it's not letting me do that. Let me try doing it here. I'm gonna reload this. It's just me pinning. I won't win, sadly. Feels bad, man. I can't pin that post. I can't pin my own post. That's the worst thing. That's really annoying. But okay. Thank you, Twitch. Way to go. Way to do it. Being a website. Yeah. Got him. Good evening. Just cooked some stir fry from frozen at the last minute. I like that that flexibility there. That's good. That, you know, Edge J, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to the community. That's a tier 1 sub for Hazards Me, apparently. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Welcome to the swarm. All who have received gifted subs, please do me a favor and refresh the stream so that Twitch recognizes you are subscribed and you do not get ads. It didn't say no UK entries, so did it not? Let me see. Terms and conditions. It says open worldwide, so sure. Now, I wish I could do something like putting that in the description, but YouTube does not like Gleam for some reason, so... Well, they don't like anything that takes you off their website. Oops, I might have put the one for Tangia there. Oh, well. Okay, all right. David Chandler just gifted another 5 tier 1 subs to the community, pushing that hype train to the next level. Let's go, nerds. That's a tier 1 sub for iSonic XE, Rikuhulinator, GeoHam Gamer, Drollzat, Screaming Scotty. Welcome to the swarm. Hey, King Elvis, there you go, paying it forward with a gifted sub for Numpty 1976. Very, very nice. And somehow our ads are snoozed automatically, probably because you guys are gifting so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That means that pushes ads off. I like that a lot, actually. Zections, if you're looking for help, if you're looking for... oh, I still have that echo. If you're looking for help and advice on what you're going to get, please check the description of the stream and submit a form. Otherwise, any bit of advice you're getting is just a shot in the dark. We don't have enough information about you as a buyer to make a good, solid recommendation. Like, I don't know if the Ready Lang Cool 003 is right for you. It could be wrong for you. I don't know. Like, if it has an Intel processor and you're interested in eventually upgrading your CPU, that's probably not the right build for you. Triple B gifting a tier 1 sub to Young Alon 16. Thank you very much for that, Triple B. Bears, Beats, and Battlestars. Oh, and another one for Legit Zombie 115. Holy jeez. Thank you very much. That's 2. Anyways, if you say you get an Intel system right now, you don't really have options for future upgrades on the CPU other than within the same generation, pretty much. Like if it's a 14th gen or even 13th gen, because 14th and 13th gen are, well, they're very similar, put it that way. So then you would say, oh, I should have gone AMD, and that's what I'm here for. So instead of telling us and looking for a pat on the back, you could ask using the form, and then you'll get my recommendation. Okay, young Allen 16. I said young Allen. It's young Allen 16, I imagine. Gifted a tier 1 sub to Killer Panda. I don't know why we're rewarding a killer, but you know, sure. I mean, that's probably bad. They shouldn't be killing. It's very kind of opposite of what you imagine pandas would do. But sure, welcome to the swarm, Killer Panda. Hype pie. Interesting. Yes, make him uncomfortable, guys. I know what you're in it for, David. I know it. I'm fighting it. Okay. I've honestly, all the positivity is helping a bunch. I've had a rough week, so thank you so much, guys. Thank you. You're good. Hype level 5 hype train is amazing for the start of a stream. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's not reverse psychology. That is not reverse psychology. I think David just likes the echoey voice. That's probably what it is. But David Chandler 1 just gifted another 5 tier 1 subs to the community. Let's go, nerds. That's a tier 1 sub for Zarknor, Icing in My Car, Rizzard, B Myers 84, and Exotic. Welcome to the swarm. I'm gonna need lozenges soon. Thank you, David. Thank you. You did it. Triple B gifting another tier 1 sub to the community. That's a total of 14 in the channel. Very impressive. That's Steve in the Jeep. Thank goodness for Twitch on mobile, because they can watch the stream from a Jeep, which is nice. And another one, and another one for Gator Don't Play. That's another tier 1 sub, rounding it up to a nice 15. Thank you, Bears Beats and Battle Stars. Sorry to hear that, Bray. Hope the next week goes better for you, man. Honestly, it's not a me problem. It's just an overall thing where y'all aren't even gonna let me be negative. You're not gonna let me be negative. Okay. iSonic XE just gifted 2 tier 1 subs to the community. Let's go, nerds. That's a tier 1 sub for Jack and Jill Fell and Big XT. You had the money. Thank you. I want you to know, guys, if you still haven't purchased a PC, if you're still just don't feed into this because you need your money for the PC. That's one thing that makes me weird about that stuff, is like, uniquely with the content that I do, I don't do things like asking for subs or donos or bits, although I know the TTS is kind of that, and I'm guessing I need to raise the volume on those. That's probably just a thing I need to do through Tangia directly. But that's why I don't really do that. I do this for free. I do this for that. But you guys just insist sometimes, and that's very much appreciated. What I was getting at was things are slow in the industry overall. And there are companies with people who care a lot about what they do that are struggling right now. And that bothers me. That it doesn't affect what I recommend. It doesn't make me want to just push everyone towards that, whether or not that's the right choice for them. You guys know how I am. That won't change my recommendations. But I think about that a lot. And I feel like I've taken some responsibility onto myself for the SI industry and a lot of the companies that are smaller companies that are struggling through the recession. That is just dragged on and on. Yeah. It's rough. And Beaver says mega hype. Did I miss something? I might have missed something. Thank you for helping us achieve a level 6 hype train, guys. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Should have had a little more caffeine before the stream. Lucky 7. Oh, we got 7. Got a level 7. Good Lord. Jesus, walk back in and it's still madness. Thank you, though, says Legit Zombie 115. That's a nice first time chat. I like that one. That was fun. I just love that I'm watching the stream on VR right now. So cool. That is actually sick, Jasmine. That's very cool. And Crash, yeah, I mean, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. It's just, you know, 2024 has had its ups and downs already. I mean, we're almost halfway through the year. Think about that for a second. Like, we're hitting month 5 of 2024. The last month before we're in like this. How does that work, actually? I guess. No, yeah, that's. I guess at the end of month 6 is when that's the end of the first half of the. Whatever. I don't know. It feels like this year's been going on forever, and by the end of the year, it's going to feel like it went by, like in an instant. Time is weird. But anyway, let's get to helping people out with PC stuff. Okay. Time flies when you get older. I definitely feel it. Yeah, absolutely. One thing I want to do really quick.
No.
Never mind. That is 3 different things making those sounds. All right, I just want to pause the music. And we'll just let that do its thing, I guess. That's, yep. Because you see, David Chandler 1 just gifted 10 tier 1 subs to the community, pushing us up instantly to a level 8 hype train. Let's go, nerds. It's tier 1 sub for Nano Calvo, 8 Ascom, Derail, Ryu Numbers, Mikey P178, Kalaba Squash, Up and Adam, I get it. Melissa Majestic, P1 Blackbeard, and Warking 14. What a name. Welcome to the Swarm. Is it over? Is this still doing the thing? It's still, yeah. Wow. Okay. It's been like the snap of a finger, I swear. Everb indeed. The TTS is louder than you are. I haven't gotten a second TTS. That's just the overlay. That's the overlay thing. Let me bring that down some. That's just the alerts. That's the alerts. Okay. So let me get into Tangia real quick. And I'm just going to send a test thing real quick. Okay. Let's see how this sounds. Volume-wise. Or not. It's okay.
This is a sample of what my voice sounds like. I am not real. Are you real?
Okay. How was that for audio? Was that okay? I can turn up the audio, essentially. I'll turn that up some.
This is me.
Okay, here. One more test of that one. We'll see if the audio level's all right.
This is a sample of what my voice sounds like. I am not real. Are you real? I don't know. Are you real?
So yeah, that's what that's supposed to be, is that voice right there. Let me see here. Hold on. I just have to run a test. Listen, guys, this might not work. Okay, just give me a second. We're going to see if this works. And if I try to relay it back and maybe add a compressor and a hard limiter, raising the gain, while also running like 7 different browser windows, all right, because that's how I have to do this. Let me try running a test right now. Let's see if this works. And are we okay? We good? I had to reset everything. Are we good? Everybody all right? Oh, God. I stopped existing for a second. Not recommended. I don't recommend that. We're okay, right? I'm okay. We're okay. All right, good. We're okay. Whew, boy. There are better ways. There are better ways to test things, I guess. But yeah, that's actually one of the things you guys can do if you go to Tangia. There's a blue screen. There's the anime wow. You've seen that a million times. You know, you've heard it a million times. There's also other TTS voices. We got Jarvis. We got Iron Man. We have Gordon Ramsay. We have a few options for you. Just give him a shot. We have Zap Brannigan, of course. So give a few things. Give some of them a try. The pricing on it is going to be different. I mean, I guess they switched it from bits to just tokens. It's supposed to be bits, but when I went to multi-platform, so I could use it on both Twitch and YouTube, it made it into tokens. So consider it like 50 cents for one of the memes or something, and like $1 for TTS to say whatever you want. There is auto mod on it, and if it is auto modded, it'll put it in the list for me to approve. Be warned. What a crazy start to the stream. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. I do really appreciate that. Melissa Majestic is thanking David Chandler for a gifted sub, which is super cool. That was crazy. David, thank you very much for hyping up the whole chat and everyone else who jumped in. Very cool, y'all. Thank you so much, everybody. Ray, sounds like you should voice act in an Old Spice commercial with your original voice. I know, but I like what I'm already doing, and if I let people know what I'm able to do, they're just going to be harassing me to do Old Spice commercials for the rest of my life. I can't do that. There are a few streamers / YouTubers that I consider straight shooters. You're one. I'll be good now. Thank you, David. I appreciate you. I do. What's up, Toaster? How's it going? They are awesome, though. Okay, so we're ready to get started, though, right? Are we ready to go? Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, there's a Ryan Reynolds one. I don't have that one on. Because I don't want to have I guess I could add that. Sure. Let me just go add that real quick. I'll just enable it. Sure. Where are the R's? Here, I can search it. There it is. Okay. Now you can also do it as Ryan Reynolds. Let me just make sure it's all priced the same. There we go. Cool. And there you go. Ryan Reynolds is added. You're good. Let me check the volume on that one.
This is a sample of what my voice sounds like. I'm not real. Are you real?
See, it's like so mild. It doesn't sound right to me. I mean, it kind of sounds like him, but I would rather have the like sort of Ryan Reynolds, you know, rather than random Ryan Reynolds. Respectfully. Kalaba Squash coming in saying thanks. Very classy of you guys coming in and thanking for. I need that to like sepia tone the whole screen and do a freeze frame. I need that. I need that to happen. Tangia, come on. That'd be so funny. Okay, looks on Twitch, you can still use bits for those things. That's very cool. Probably through the mobile interface rather than the website. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. Roundabout, such a great song. But also, it's a JoJo reference. There is actually another JoJo reference there as well, I think. RSD Brian, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Heck yeah, look at that. Power and wisdom. I don't care what order they're supposed to be in. That's just what I'm saying. Love your channel. Glad to finally caught a stream, says AZ99. Glad you're here too. Yeah, I get that. Just wondering how much who? How many forms do you have to go through this stream? I haven't actually checked yet. So that's a great segue. Thank you very much, Zections. So listen up, everyone. Listen up. If you are on the list, if you filled out your form and you're waiting for help, here's what you need to do. Look right here. Right here. That is how you spell my name. You need to type out my name. If you need help with that, just put @ first, the little @ symbol, and then start typing in Braithorn. It should bring up my name there, okay? And then click that. And then hit the space bar, hit space or whatever, and type I'm on the list. Make sure you type my name correctly. If not, I will roast you because you have been informed. It's everywhere. You don't need to misspell it. I know the meme is funny about misspelling my name. It's great. Top quality memeing right there, okay? But to get it to highlight my name, from my perspective, that's what I need you all to do. And then say, I'm on the list. Then I'm going to figure out how many people are on the list and waiting for help, and we will proceed from there, starting with the person who submitted their form chronologically first. Kind of depends on how many are ready to go. He gives us folk a good time to say, here, Bray, let's go. I just like to chat with you all for a while at the beginning of the stream. That's like it's my favorite part of the stream, honestly. But yeah, the whole TTS thing, by the way, is a way for you guys to have a little fun with the stream, and it also supports what I do. So if you feel like doing that, that's always a fun way to do it. I know, like with bigger streamers, like I went and did one. So I like CDog VA. He's one of my favorite streamers, content creators. He's just a great dude, just hilarious. So I was in his drunk truck driving simulator stream, and he had just started the first journey, and I sent a TTS that was saying, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" About 18 times, and they left it in the final edited video, which is great, by the way. But that costs a minimum of $5 donation, I think. I believe it starts at $5. And there's nothing like that. This is much cheaper than that. But when you're talking about having thousands of people watching, it does mean that, it's a little more expensive to get your voice heard on the stream. And also, that's all the stream would be. It's just a bunch of those. Everb says, I'm on the list and have an update price of $600. What was it before? Rome to your dome. What's up, buddy? How's it going? Random question. Do you shut down your PC or put it to sleep while not playing it? Putting a Windows 11 PC to sleep is a freaking joke. They never stay asleep. It is the stupidest thing. It makes me so upset. Because I used to be able to do that, move my mouse, come back, and pick up where I left off. So if I want it to not be on, I have to do a shutdown. And a lot of times I will do that. Now, if you really want to, though, that's not actually fully shutting down your PC, though. If you want to really sort of clear out your PC, you want to do a restart. That's the better way to do it. The chatting part is also free. That is true. That's why I like to join at the start, Bray. Hours and hours get late quick over here. Love the chitty chatty. Me too. Braythorn, did you ever find your hat? No, I don't know where I put it. I think it's in a box that I put in the hallway here. I need to go look for it. And yeah, I need to find that. That thing was handmade for me for my 30th birthday. Don't ask me how many years ago that was. I said it was 600 CAD, but now it's $600 US. That's an increase. It's still tough, but I mean, remember the advice I gave you? Probably, I mean, very likely, I think I gave this advice. Usually what I do for things that are like sub 750, basically, but that you check out channels like Zach's Tech Turf, Toasty Bros, Nerd on a Budget, Scattervolt, a lot of channels that have videos like I built a $500 gaming PC. Those are generally the good ones to look at, but I mean, I can see what's out there. I can see what's out there. You can go to Task Manager, see how long your PC has been on without restart. Very true, Rurutu. Absolutely. I'm still zoomed in. Don't need to be. So let's see who's on the list. I'm going to go in here and highlight you guys. All right, there you are, Brandon. Gotcha. Everb and Zections. Zections, I got a feeling you were on there, but okay. Everb so far is the earliest one. With Zections being the most recent one. Well, actually, no, Esmon one is the most recent. But yeah, one of the more recent ones. I mean, keep this in mind. If I'm doing this chronologically by the time that by the date and time that you submitted it to see who's first, and you just submitted your form, you're not going to be first. It's going to be who's been waiting longer. That's generally how that goes. It looks like we don't have anybody in Twitch chat who's on the list. So cool. So 3 people. All right. Let's get the music going again. Meridan, no. If you don't put yourself on the list, then you're not on the list, I guess. I feel like you don't need the help, though. I mean, and not everybody does need the help. Some people just, like, they want to get my take on things. But I don't think you need my take. I think, Dan, you know what you're doing. It helps that you work with system integrators already, with a system integrator, but I mean, sure. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. That's going to be a tough one. All right. Parts list for this one. Easy enough. And 2000 pre-built. Okay. And looking at iBuyPower. Okay. Now, I am outside my comfort zone. I'm not the best when it comes to building PCs at this price point, but we're going to do what we can. But it's unlikely to be current gen. It's probably going to be like 5000 series Ryzen or maybe even 3000, like a 3600, something like that. That does have an upgrade path, but not to anything new, but to like eventually a 5800X 3D or something like that down the line. But we're going to start a new build here. Let's see what we can do. It would be cool if you had something on PC Part Picker where you could put your budget in there and it could make some suggestions. I think that would be super cool for a PC Part Picker. Not that it's always going to be right, but it could give you at least like, hey, you have this much left kind of thing. But that's what this is down here at the bottom. We don't have any money in there yet, so it won't show us anything, but there's a little, an amount that will show up. So let's see, maybe a Ryzen 5 5500. Yeah, look at that difference. Still 6 cores, 12 threads, 0.2 difference in frequency here for the boost clock, and a like $70 difference in price. That is very nice. Wait, what was the 3600 running at? We're not going to get much better than yeah, it's actually the 5500 is cheaper than the 3600, and it's going to be better. Okay. That's also going to come with a CPU cooler, and we're going to use that. Wow. Okay, now the problem here is that you listed 2 use cases, okay? You listed gaming and streaming. God, I don't know if I can do this, honestly. I just don't have like the knowledge needed of these older builds because I haven't looked at it much, you know? B550M Pro 4. All of these are micro ATX. Let's see what even we can look at for the GPU. Now, we could also go with the 5600G and go without a GPU. That is an option. But it does limit you because then you have to use whatever outputs for video you have on the motherboard, and that's all you got. But that might be the way to go. Let's go back to motherboard. And what's the budget, King Elvis? $600. Dan, that's the problem. That's why I'm not the best option for this, because I don't know. For one thing, I don't really recommend that someone new to PCs get something that's used. So I don't look at that stuff. Besides which, they're in Canada as well. So where I might go to Jawa.gg to look at some budget PCs, they're in Canada. So not really an option. Could look at Canada Computers and see what pre-builts are there. That's an option as well. But when they say that they want to do streaming on this, what I'm probably going to say is to just get a motherboard that will accommodate a USB expansion card. And we're probably going to be talking about integrated graphics for now. But the thing is, I have told Everb, I told you plenty of times that I'm not the expert for this. And that makes me uncomfortable with it. But you've insisted that you want me to do it, so I'm going to give it a shot. But I'm not going to say this is going to be the best build, and I might not even be able to accomplish it because it's just not my wheelhouse. Oh, these motherboards are so scaled down. This one even has green PCB. That's crazy to see in 2024. So all of these are MATX except up until here. This is where you get the first full ATX motherboard. And the reason I'm saying that is 100% because you mentioned streaming, okay? So you need a lot of USB for that eventually. You won't need it right away, but remember, you're going to want a capture card or something like that, or a USB webcam, and that generally requires good throughput through a USB port, not just like a USB 2.0. This one also has AC Wi-Fi. Let's just see if you said you needed Wi-Fi or not. It says you do not need Wi-Fi. Oh, you want a custom color for the case. That's great. What color would you like for the case? Yeah, this is... You would have one HDMI out. One. That's all you would have. Just one HDMI. So only one monitor. That's all you get. Not too happy with that. That's if we go with integrated graphics. Oh, good. VGA. ASRock. You shouldn't have. No, like literally ASRock. You shouldn't have. Don't like A520, but I mean, let's see what they got. Look at this. Gigabyte pushing it. You know, I mean, they've got, looks like a BIOS flashback button, which could be crucial. 3 video outs, though one of them is one of the most archaic right there. And then you've got DVI, and then you've got HDMI. Okay. What do we have? We have a... Is this a 0 M.2 board, or is there no M.2 drive support here? Here we go. It's right here. 1, and that's it. You get 1 drive. That is all you get. There's no upgrading that. All right, what about Intel boards at this price range? Like a 12100, right? Let's see what we could do with a 12-1. Oh, God. But for streaming, really? The 6 cores would be very helpful for streaming. Let's see. CPU. Let's switch away from Ryzen and go for... a 12100F is like the same price. No, that's one of the better deals right there. Can always add a graphics card later in that. Yeah, I know. That's kind of what I'm going with. VGA and PS2, we're going to party like it's 1989. I tend to suggest a $5,600 and $6,600 minimum, and that's closer to $750 USD brand new. Remember, they do want to stream. So I was going to say like 1660 Super should have the same NVENC as like a 3090, you know? But it depends on the price you can get it at. Or Chaos is because they want to stream. Like, it's a little harder to do that on a console. Oh, you have 1 HDMI and 1 VGA monitor. Let's go back to that board then. Which one was it? This guy right here was an option, but that's an A520. This one here, there we go. Sure. This was the B550 Pro 4 and it's full ATX, and it's 109. What are we talking about for M.2 storage? This is a terrible quality picture. I cannot see. Storage. Looks like we have 2 M.2s on here. So that's nice. And yeah, that's 1, and it even has a heatsink on it, and 2 right there. Okay. Okay, Azrock, I see you. That was this guy right here. All right. Now we're looking at I would normally say 32 gigs of RAM for streaming, but 16 gigs will get you started with a fairly simple streaming setup. And well, no, I'd like to say 32. Let's see what we can do. I want to see what the pricing is on 2x16. Let's see. All right, guess what? It's gray. So if we can find a gray case, it'll match the case, and it's $84.99 for 32 gigs of RAM. And that is DDR4 3600 specifically to get one-to-one memory synchronization, so that's nice. All right. Storage. Oh, boy. I'm going to try for a terabyte. We'll see what we can get. Man, I'm not, see that, like, that's the thing. That's why it's like, I'm not great for this, but okay. Oh, I'm zoomed in, aren't I? Sorry, guys. Yay. Oh, cool. Cherokee Vapors. Very cool. Or Chaos, I understand if it's more powerful. That's also not the card I was thinking about, because the 3050 will, like, it can lose in some ways to the 1660 Super, which was what was one thing that was kind of funny about the 3050, but it was also a good card for 1080p gaming in its own way. I know that it's no mystery that AMD Radeon cards are more frames per dollar. But if you bring streaming into the equation, 6000 series Radeon cards were not that good for that. Even if they got better, it was still nothing near the simplicity and the quality of NVENC. All right, we're going to do an MV2 for now. We'll come back to this. That's going to be probably too much. Gosh, this is hard. Okay. Case. Let's bring the price. Let's try to look for a case that is max. Not even that's too much. Okay. I'm probably gonna have to change it to an APU, meaning a 5600G. Also, it's very hard to shop for a gray case because a lot of them are going to be oh, well, I guess I could say gray and black. There's this one. Why so much solid panel on the front? Why do that? Wow, it comes with a case speaker. It's a blast from the past. I don't feel like this is going to be very good airflow, but if it fits the request for a gray case. Okay, Zections, I'm going to point something out to you. because he said on my form that you just filled out, by the way, I put 2K budget, but I can go up to 2,500. I'm going to show you something here. Oh, good. I was signed out. That's great. Thank you, Google. That's super useful. Clearly, I'm not using it right now since I have the freaking tab open. Why not do that when I open the tab to verify it's me? Google, you're idiots. All right? You're stupid and your stuff sucks. I don't know why I use it so much, but I do. I'm right-clicking on this right now. Okay, whatever. Like, that's such a stupid way to do stuff, and it's really frustrating. Because I'm in the middle of something, you know? Okay. This is not just for you, Zections. This is for everybody, okay? First off, one thing you agree to when you fill out the form, and this is why you should read forms that you're going to fill out. In bold, it states, if you ignore the instructions in any of the questions, you agree to be roasted on stream. Live TV. You agree to that. Wow. I can't believe you guys agreed to that. And then didn't pay attention to all the instructions. That's crazy. What is, and then it's underlined in all capital letters. Here, let me do this too. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put this in bold as well. How about that? Okay, I'm going to put that in bold as well because we've run into that before. What is your maximum budget for the PC in US dollars? This should not include taxes or shipping and blah, 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 blah. You see the problem here, Zections? Do you see what the problem is? Well, I'll show you how deep the problem goes. Now, on this chart, your budget is not being properly represented. This is how I figure out who to make videos for next, basically. Now you're down here where you should be up here. Should I add a thing here that says you cannot change this later so people will stop and... But no, the thing is people don't read it. You guys ain't reading all this stuff. What do I need to do? What do you suggest? What do you suggest? People who have actually missed this. How do you suggest I get y'all to take this seriously for your free help? Everb, you didn't do this. I mean, the US dollar thing, yeah, but... more important, because you're in the less than 1,000 bracket, that's kind of a larger bracket. It's okay. It's okay. But being in a completely different section, I can't change that later on. I can change it in the form now, but it's not going to be reflected here. So please, guys, please, if you're filling out the form, do not rush through it. Take your time. It's not a race. It's okay. Remember that another important part of this, it's not like I'm angry or something. I'm just wanting this to work out properly. It does state that it's a good-natured roast. Okay? I'm not mean. I'm not being mean. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad. If you do feel bad, that's okay. These things happen. But I would like you to consider these things when you're filling out something like this and not rush through them. It's not a huge deal, clearly. It's totally fine. Because I can go in here and change it. And I'm going to do that. But please, when you're doing something like that, pay attention to the instructions, especially when you're agreeing to getting roasted live on stream otherwise. Okay? That's what that is. Back to what we were doing already. I mean, you told me that while I was helping someone else out, so I know you're okay with me stopping helping them to then respond to what it wasn't your turn yet. Like, you tell me when your turn comes up, that makes a little more sense. So it looks like you were, oh, dang, they make it in this color too. That looks kind of sick, actually. I just wish I had better airflow. Anyway, back to this. Back to what we were doing. Let's get back to this. If you're saying that black is fine, that's going to be easier to figure out. Because here's a $60 case. Does it come with fans? I don't know. That's what I would look for. But let's keep looking here. I like that it has like a handle on the front. That's kind of cool. But let's see the cheapest case. Let's see what it has for us here. Does it come with any fans at all? One tiny fan on the back and no fans on the front. That's not that great of a value then, because you have to buy fans for that, and that costs money. You can get some Arctic P12s, and that's not too bad. But let's find one that does have them. That's glass in front of fans. We don't like that. We don't support that here. These deep cool ones might be a better option, actually, because it looks like this comes with fans included. How many, I ask? 3 fans on the front and 1 on the back. There you go. Thank you, Deep Cool. What I was saying is I don't want that case, and black is fine. When did you... Okay. Jeff Spicoli says, put an acknowledge radio button next to the question, and if they don't select it, they can't proceed. Put in language that if they don't follow the instructions, they are removed from the queue. That doesn't work because I feel too bad doing it. If you look here, I put in things that say stuff like using the text field to enter anything other than a company name invalidates your form submission. And then people put their life stories here or whatever they want to put. And I still don't feel right just making them do it all over again. I don't know. I'm not ruthless enough for this, man. I'm telling you. But also, the demand isn't quite high enough for me to do something like that. What country do you live in? There is other here, and putting anything other than a country in the text field invalidates your form submission. There are things like that. But I'm limited to certain things that I can do within Google Forms, so yeah. It's okay. I put it in bold. Certainly that'll fix the problem. I'll say this Deep Cool CC560 V2. Sure. $72 with 4 fans included. All right. I can't really obsess about the power supply here. We are limited on that. Now, you know what I'm actually tempted to look at is Intel Arc cards, but again, streaming, yes, it does AV1, but that only helps you if you're going to stream to YouTube right now. Thanks to Twitch having the infinite wisdom to tie in their AV1 encoding that they're bringing in to NVIDIA. Thank you, Twitch. Just when we had hope, they snatched it away from us in the most idiotic way possible. I'm way more angry about that than I even sound, by the way. How about this? How about we go the other way around? And we're going to look through the tier 3 power supplies and see what's recommended. So the ADATA XPG Pylon is a gold rated tier C power supply. Bitphoenix Chief Tech Corsair CX-M 650 that was there. Where's the CX650? I just saw that. Right there. $89.99. All right. And it looks like it's semi-modular. Yeah, so this is semi-modular. This means that the cables you're going to have to use regardless are permanent cables, but the ones like PCIe power cables are going to be modular. So there you go. This is not going to allow for very powerful GPU down the line, but if you're sticking with 1080p gaming, that's not going to matter too much. Let's look at the price difference between this and the 750. If I just choose a brand and I go to Corsair, 650 versus 750 is looks like about $20 in difference. Why is a 450 so expensive? Good Lord. Let me see on the connectors. Yeah, this comes with triple PCIe dual PCIe, and then, or is that triple? It looks like triple actually. Let me see. I can't really read it. I have to look it up, but that's going to be better connectors for more powerful GPU down the line. So yeah, that might be the way to go if we're going to go with an APU. We'll try it. Ah, that took us over budget. Damn it. There's a big difference in price, though. All right, we're going to look at what GPUs are here at the lower end of the price spectrum. Ah, the GT710 and GT1030. Of course. Of course. So what you're probably going to want to do is look for a used graphics card at some point. That's where you can get something used. But yeah, that's a slippery slope though. See, I rocked this card for a while, and it's quite good for what it is. At this time though, I mean, back in the day it was quite good. Now it's kind of a little rougher, but there's the lowest price 3050 and it's $242. So with the 3050 coming in cheaper than any 1660 Super that I've seen, which they've taken off the line. They're not really going to be making them anymore. There's a 1650. It's there's an RX 6600 for $259. There's probably cheaper ones that I missed. Or not, actually. Ooh, a white card for $276. Nice job, Azrock. As the saying goes, I can explain it to you, but I can't understand it for you. I love that one. Sailor X says maybe a small video on your homepage detailing how to properly fill out the form. It might work. I did do that, but the video had bad audio to it and nobody likes to watch those. And I completely understand. It's usually the opposite. Usually less upset than what you sound like, Bray. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, big softy. Yeah, I know. Kenneth, what's up? Roasty toasty. Jack of all trades. Hey, mind if I intrude on your show with a suggestion for this one? I specialize in sub 1K. I mean, sure. I think this is turning out to be a pretty decent system, as it is. You do have to remember they are in Canada, and with this, I mean, we're at $24.44 above budget. This does come with a cooler, right? Let's see. Let me make sure. It looks like it does. Man, so really good reviews on this thing. They are Vega graphics, though. I mean, you're not going to do anything insane with this. Look at this thing, though. Hello. 6650 XT from Best Buy, 230, maybe 210 on Amazon or Newegg. I mean, yeah, but they want to stream. You guys got to remember, there's more to it than just gaming for some people, you know? And also this Macintosh ITX build, it looks insane. Like, that's awesome. Oh, I say look at this thing and it's totally blocked. Let's do this. It's usually better if I do this anyway. There you go. It's got the passive Noctua cooler. Anyway. Just want to verify that this thing comes with the cooler on it. It should. Yeah, jack of all trades. Again, it is for streaming. And 6000 series Radeon cards, not great for that. Now, the Vega graphics aren't going to be much better, but this is going to leave it's going to allow us to put a usable amount of storage, a great amount of RAM for streaming, all of that included with it. And then they can budget for later on adding a GPU to the equation. And there you go. Guild says, I feel like buying a used GPU is 2 clicks away from buying a used mattress. You want to be real sure. That's the one thing I would not buy used, to be honest. Raruchu, the budget was $600 US, but they are in Canada. So we have PC part picker sets of Canada. Oh, look, Canada Computers. What do they suggest? Now, I did go higher than I normally would on the RAM because of the streaming option, right? But they're recommending the B550M-A Wi-Fi 2. What does this thing look like? Not bad, actually. But it is $20 more than the one we're looking at. $30 more than the one we're looking at. $30 more. And you don't need Wi-Fi. So one thing to mention, though, I want to mention this for you, Everb. If you don't have Wi-Fi integrated with your motherboard, you also don't have Bluetooth. So if you're planning on playing with a controller, it can't be a Bluetooth one unless you add a Bluetooth module in somehow. A USB Bluetooth, something like that. Yeah. Hey, Jeff, how's it going? What about the art card for streaming? It's pretty good streaming on a budget. I mean, it's going to be up there with like a 7600 because they both have AV1 encoding, but if you're streaming on Twitch, that doesn't do you a lot of good. However, an A380 could handle encoding duties while the iGPU on the APU handles gaming, I guess. Okay, it comes with a Wraith Stealth cooler. Figured. Okay. And because of the fact that I went with a full ATX motherboard at additional cost, the price on this is $97. Okay, it's a $40 off promo, which is really nice. Because of that, you have plenty of options to put in USB add-in cards, things like that, or internal capture cards, things like that as well. So that's going to be great for building up this system as time goes on. Also, yeah, it's full ATX on that right there. So yeah, but we're already over budget. I can't really add much more here. I mean, the RX 6600 could do pull the streaming duty as well. It could, but that means that we have to drop down the storage. We have to drop down the RAM, which can affect streaming. Once you got a game running, and if you're running Discord, and maybe you have a walkthrough or something open or something, or a couple Chrome tabs, or different streaming things, OBS, all of that, and your game, you are getting, depending on the game, if you're trying to play Escape from Tarkov, do not run that on 16 gigs of RAM. it's going to be unhappy with you, and it will let you know gameplay wise, like frame rate wise. Janoski, hi Braithorn, any recommendation for a good airflow case? I personally really like the H6 Flow from NZXT. Also, the several of basically any modern deep cool case is going to have great airflow. What's the one that I did? The Deepcool CH560 is not a huge case that can fit some huge hardware with great airflow. Awesome, awesome case. Love that thing. CH560. Jeff, have y'all considered carrying the Mystique 360? Do y'all have that? You might have that on the site, actually. You have that on the configurator. Never mind. That is such a cool little AIO. I think I saw that on the configurator, and that was super exciting to see. I wish it came with RGB fans, but I mean, you can't have it all, I guess, for the... I mean, any AIO that has a screen on an LCD on it like that, that's really nice for what, 170 is really nice. But Minecraft is ray tracing, only if you opt in for the beta, unless they change that. Streaming Valorant gameplay and some other games. Oh, those aren't hard to run games then. All right. So yeah, we'd have to drop you down on storage. You could eventually add more storage, or go. We can go with slower storage too. Which, oh man, it's rough for me to do that. I just that's again, this is why these kind of builds are not really in my wheelhouse. And also probably the RAM, which you're going to have to be selective about what you run while you're streaming. Drop it down to 16 gigs. This was the cheapest 32 gigs kit for DDR4 3600. $85 is very good for that, but I have seen RAM cheaper than that before. I guess RAM pricing isn't as low as it used to be. But we might be able to shoehorn a video card into this. 16 gig RAM art card, yeah, but I'm okay. The 16 gigs RAM one is not super cheap or anything. That's A770, all right. And yeah, they're not cheap anymore. This is not a good deal. Nope. $410 being the cheapest one? Maybe they're cheaper out there, but that's not what this is finding for the list. So what about the A750? 328 being the cheapest for the Intel limited edition one, and that's 8 gigs of VRAM. Yeah. No. So 6600, lowest price $256. No, I know that. I was already saying where I could make changes. Vinar, have a good evening. Thanks for coming in. $12 gigs DDR4, says Rurutu. That's a little weird. All right, I'm gonna have a think about this. We'll jam out a little bit in the meantime. Hmm. Yeah. I don't know, man. I kind of liked the build better before for starting out. I chose the one I chose based on the tier C rating for the Corsair CXM. Oh, that's right. We can bring it down to the 650 though. There we go. Did that go up? Jeff, they're in Canada. Note the little maple leaf flag right here. But they are in Canada, so. The thing about it is, it can be a great price, and then once they pay duties, anything that they save on it, out the window. You know what I mean? It's like, cool, I was able to afford this. Oh, I can't actually receive it until I pay a couple $100 or whatever. It's pretty bad, honestly. Wait, is this in Canadian dollars? I know that it's searching through Canadian sources, but I mean, is this in Canadian rubles? I don't know. If it is, we're totally already good. Like, this build is done. Thank you, Steve. I appreciate you. What's up, Ginger Meat Timbers? How's it going? If this is in Canadian dollars, which I don't know. Oh, by the way, one of these is a $40 mail-in rebate. That's for the motherboard. So please do that, because initially it will be over budget, but $40 off is really nice. I've never looked at this part of it. It's pretty cool. Don't say over budget is fine. That's what I'm struggling with. If over budget is fine, sure, I'll just send you this. But you know, you won't have integrated graphics on this. You can't use it till you get like the GPU. You have to have the whole system in order to make this work. Now we're $771, so we're $171 over budget right now. That is before considering the extra $40 you're paying up front before you get that mail-in rebate, making it $796.68. Wait, that's weird. Oh, shipping. There's a amount for shipping on some of these. And we also dropped the RAM to 16 gigs instead of 32 for a streaming system. I'm never comfortable with that. All this stuff is based on experience that I've had in streaming. So here's what I'm going to say. I'll send you this build just like this, and you have the choice to either to get it all now, get yourself the 5600G and take out the GPU, or save up more or do whatever. But you do have an option to get it now. That's with the 5600G without the RX 6600. Okay? Besides, these might be in Canadian. And if that's the case, you're already good. Unfortunately, it doesn't really tell me. Okay. I'm sorry. Like, I know that this is the full name, but what I saw was just this for a while, and I don't know if that's going to show properly. Yes, I know. Thank you. But this is what I saw. It's like, Brandon, it's your turn. I swear, I'm an adult. I swear. I don't know. Jeff, perhaps they do. That is a good question. But, I mean, think about if they have to RMA it, stuff like that could be a real pain. I don't know what part of Canada they live in. If they're, I mean, I know most Canadians live close to the border for the sake of survival and all that. But, yeah. If Canada's selected in the top right PC part picker, then it's in Canadian dollars. You can confirm by briefly switching the United States and checking the price and going back. Let's see. That'd be awesome. Oh, I guess so. We're only $51 over budget. Yay. What's up, John Hall? How are you? Brandon is here. Excellent. And Brandon is also looking for a parts list. Okay. Geez, I just realized something. Everb, you asked me for a pre-built. You're going to have to build this thing with the parts list I gave you. Do I have to redo this whole thing, or are you good with that? Because, and I think I told you this before, that if you want to be able to do it, you would probably need, for that budget, you probably need to build it yourself because you can save a good amount there. And I think you said okay. I don't recall. Pokemon Ollie says, I put in my form. How does it work now? Yeah, you just wait. I'm helping people who put in the form first. Thank you, Guild. Appreciate the heads up. But I just realized, yeah, I think we had this talk before that you were okay with it being a parts list. Everb, I hope so. Esmon1 never told me they were here, so I'm assuming they left after they submitted the form. Okay, so right now we're on Brandon. And they're not near a Microcenter, so we're doing PC part picker again. $1,500 for gaming and streaming at 1440p. Looks like AMD CPU and probably NVIDIA GPU. We'll see what we can do with that. Now, let me ask you this, Brandon. What is the maximum budget for your PC? It's better that I ask at the beginning because we've had some surprises based on that in the past. Actions, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about ones where I was like nearly done with someone's build, and they're like, let's add $500 to the budget. Like, okay, that changes the whole build, by the way. I'm not talking about you. You told me ahead of time, and that's preferable. Okay, that can make a pretty big difference. So let's see what we can do. Oh, I'm still in Canada. I was like, what is this pricing? Don't know if y'all saw my face on that. Not much of a price difference between the 7700 and 7700X. And the performance clocks and the core boost clocks are... The boost clocks is very similar, but the base clocks are very different. So is the wattage, though. But $9 difference? Yeah. I really, really like this board for streaming. I'll show you why. This is why. Right there. For 209, oh yeah. Lot and 4 M.2 sockets on this thing. Plenty of expansion slots. Great, great motherboard for this. G-Skill Flare, DDR5 6000, CL30, 104.99 with Expo. Heck yeah. RAM pricing is quite good now. I remember when DDR5 was like, nope. But it's very good now. Inland Performance Plus. Really nice rating on terabytes written for this. Great speed, 7,000 megabyte per second sequential read speeds. 2 terabytes, $139.99. When I first got that board in for testing and looked at it, I was like, holy crap, that's a lot of USBs. And Jeff, I'll tell you, I know a lot of streamers at this point, and I also am one. There's few things more frustrating than when you're like, okay, I got this new thing in, cool. I need to get I'm trying to get more control surfaces in. I got my pedals at the, oh man, I got that one Stream Deck, but I want the one with the knobs now. And then like you add stuff like, cool, I want a second camera so I can do vertical camera for when I'm showing like gameplay, and I can have that thing like that's what Harris Heller does. Is a second vertical camera for that, and then a regular wide. Okay, and it's just you add more stuff as you go, and running out of that sucks. It sucks. 579.99, 4070 Super, 1440p gameplay all day long, all the streaming options you could want, NVIDIA broadcast options, which are very cool, and AMD doesn't really have an answer to that. And yeah, all right. We might even be able to go higher than that. That's where if you build your whole system, if you're building a system and you get to the GPU, you're like, okay, this should fit into the budget, and you still have some more to go. You just keep making smart choices. And if at the end you have extra, you put that usually into your GPU. Now, as for the case, you want something in black, right? With decent performance. What kind of style of case are we thinking about for this? I'm thinking that in order to maybe get a little step up on the GPU or something like that, we want something that's going to have fans included. I'm restraining myself from making a snap comment about USB hubs. Jeff, a wise decision on your part. Because do you know how many streaming devices hate to be on a USB hub and will make that known? The answer to that is most of them. Any USB webcams or capture cards, audio interfaces, USB webcams, they all hate being on a hub. The best thing you can do is plan ahead and have plenty of I/O baked right into the crust. Hey, JR, thank you for continuing your Swarmies membership. 6 months. Very nice. Thank you very much. LGN indeed. Well, I did restrain. It's because you know me. You know I overthink everything. That is a good price for that GPU. 4070 Super is a pretty solid upgrade over the 4070. And you can get them at a pretty decent price. It's crazy to think of the 4070 as mid-range now, but it is. It kind of is, as at least according to like the way NVIDIA kind of plans things out or like places things out. I have found the Elgato stuff has worked pretty good in my anchored powered hub. Well, Jeff, you know, the thing about it is we can't predict what kind of hub someone's going to get. Anchor makes some good ones, yes. I happen to have Thunderbolt 4 on my motherboard, and the hubs you can get for that are absolutely insane with their throughput. Daisy chaining Thunderbolt, all that kind of stuff, you know? But that's just, you know, is that what everybody's going to get, or are they going to get the cheapest hub they can find at Best Buy? No telling. I will always prefer a PCIe USB add-in card rather than a hub. And a motherboard like the one I chose has a lot of options for adding in expansion cards, and they're so easy. There is going to be an episode of Pre-Built Rebuilt focusing on PCIe add-in cards and how awesome they are, because I think too many people overlook those as an option. Yeah, Thunderbolt 4 hubs are great. I have one of those as well. Yeah, they're insane, but they're also insanely expensive. Jabal Rawl says, I have a Dell XPS 13 and regret it every day because it doesn't like any USB hub, even a Dell dock. Okay, that's crazy. Brandon Goins, I like the Height Y40 or H5 Flow for something or something similar. Okay, I'm gonna veto you on the height case because you can get certain cards like this that are low profile, but that is literally all you can add to your PC. you cannot add in full-sized PCIe cards, including full-size PCIe capture cards. You have to get one that can be low profile. So I'm going to say no to any height cases because of that for most streaming systems, unless you go into it knowing that, which I'm usually pretty open about that. Let's see. Okay, so we want a black case, right? Okay. There's the H5 Flow. I think between the H5 Flow and the LandCool 216, I'm going to recommend the LandCool 216. I feel like if you want that straightforward front to back with front intake, top and rear exhaust setup, the LandCool 216 I think is going to be a little bit more straightforward than the H5 Flow. But if you like the NZXT aesthetic, I can't blame you on that. You know, sure. Also, I don't know how many fans this comes with. I think it comes with the full complement of fans, but they're non-RGB. Does that matter to you? Okay, this just comes with two fans, the bottom fan and the rear fan. It doesn't come with any for the front. Or Chaos, exactly right. You may think I should get a Thunderbolt hub and turn on Thunderbolt on motherboard. I currently have it set as USB-C. What motherboard is that? Ginger Meat Timber says that's a heck of a case. It is, yeah. H7, we're talking about the H5 Flow. Prefer RGB. Let's go LandCool 216 then. This is also nice because it's not too big of a case, which is something you do need to consider. You go with a dual chamber case, you're taking up more space on your desk. Definitely not your floor, because do not put your PC on the floor. But this is a nice deal for a $99 case, and the build quality is quite nice. And we can put a 360 in the top. We don't need that, but we can do that. RM850E should handle power quite nicely. Or the A850GL PCIe 5, actually, I think I'm going to recommend instead. Whereas Corsair uses their own cable for 12VH PWR, as far as I know. This one is at least speculatively rated highly by the PSU Cultist tier list, and it comes with native 12VH PWR. And for less money. Thankfully, the laptop is just for work. Ah, that's good to hear. Thunderbolt 5 is incoming soon. I know. Rurutu, are you trying to trigger me right now? At least get the cart for it. They're not expensive on Amazon. Well, we're at $15.31.96. We still need a cooler, though, so we might be sticking with the 4070 Super, which is totally fine. Now the question becomes, which cooler do we go with? I do tend to like Deep Cool AIOs. I think they're really solid. That's the newer one right there. $89.99. Look at that. So good for that. Now, is the Mystique available? It is for $179.99. That's if you want to have a little screen in there, but it does not come with RGB fans, which is not the worst thing. It's okay. I like that they make the zero dark for blackout builds. Pretty cool. But yeah, LS720 SE, or if you want to have that screen for extra fancy, you go Deep Cool Mystique for $179.99. I'm going to choose the LS720 SE, which puts us at $1621.95. That leaves $180. Now, what I'm going to do with that, actually, I'm going here. Let's choose the same things. This is barely going to make a difference on the price at all. And I don't know why. I should have asked the RGB question at first, actually. That's first word latency. We want cast latency, 30. There we go. Do that. And currently, the price we're at is $104.99. We'll just choose G-Skill to narrow this down. There we go. Trident Z Neo denotes their, yeah, we're going $7 more, and it's going to be the Trident Z5 Neo RGB with Expo profiles and RGB. Instead of $105, it's basically $113, so that's an $8 difference for quite an aesthetic upgrade, because that is some very bright memory. It looks really nice. We'll take out the other one. Yeah, barely ding the price at all. That Deep Cool Mystique got the RGBs in the screen. The RGB on the CPU block, yeah. Side note, the Lian Li LCD fans look absolutely incredible. I'm just not big on the LCD thing. It's neat as a concept, but the price? Man. For shame, IKEA has a PC stand. It's called Oopspel. Now, I clean the filters once a month and data vac it once a year. It's good. It's still... You don't... it's just... You're making Paul sad. Ruru 2. I'm zoomed in for some reason. 216 comes with a nice PWM 5V ARGB hub too. Yes. Kara73 bought a Corsair 4000D airflow for my build. Can't wait till it's done. Nice. Well, Jeff, I wouldn't know. No one has sent them to me. And I'll tell you, I ain't got the capital laying around to just go out and buy them. So if only someone had recently sent me a build in the Lian Li 011 Vision, where those Lian Li fans would have made a whole lot of sense. Because they come in reverse airflow. You know what I mean? Anyways, whatever. Okay, so we still have some left here. Let's just see what options are there. Because this card is at $579. We could look at a $700 card and still be under budget. Just about. And the 4070 Ti Super is just above that by $100. See, like if we chose that, well, it's because I have two cards. Sorry. Yeah, we're $50 over with a 4070 Ti Super, unfortunately. I know, Jeff. I know that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To me, not quite worth it. I understand Rurutu, but you still don't have to have it on the floor. There's still things that you can sit under it, you know. Are you on carpet, by the way? Anyway, if you're cool with $50 over, you have a 4070 Ti Super. And if you're not, then you have a 4070 Super. Either way is going to be good. Totally worth it. I did to my home machine. Oh, okay. Hardwood floor. Well, that's better, I guess. You guys should have seen at CES 2023 when I watched a video on PC World where they talked to me in that one, because I just so happened to mention not putting your PC on the floor, and you should have seen. Man, I just made myself sad actually, because I'm probably not gonna get to see them at Computex. I'm probably not gonna go, actually. It's just not really feasible at this point. What I was gonna talk about was Gordon Maung. You should have seen his face when I said not to put your PC on the floor. He's like, why? What do you mean don't put your PC on the floor? I'm like, yeah, just don't do that. It's not good, because that's where you draw airflow from the. I'm like, George. Do you have your PC on the floor? And he was like, yeah, what's wrong with that? And he was like, even Adam was like, whoa, really? But he has like a giant tower, so, and it's also hardwood floor, so he's like, I was like, fine, but it's still not great to do. In fact, that means that the carpet, like even low pile carpet, will kind of hold dust in it or whatever. This is just free flowing dust into that filter, which then stops it, but then you have to clean your filter more often. It's whatever. And anyways. That works for you. Heck yeah, there you go. Jeff likes it. Base Axe 7045 likes it as well. I have both my computers on IKEA lac tables, says Aeon Upheaval. Yeah. Man, it was so priceless getting Gordon with that. He just has controversial takes on like everything, and that was like one he hadn't bargained for. Because nobody was agreeing with him on that one. All right, Zections, your time has come. You have chosen iBuyPower as your SI of choice here. PC World is trying to convince Gordon to build in a small form factor case. Oh, I can't wait to see that. He has to see that as good content. Or Chaos, there are some cases that don't require riser cables. They're not the smallest, though. System on the floor with pets, those poor fans and heat sinks. Yeah. Binary Theory, what's up? I know, NR200p. Also the Revolt 3 as well. Pretty nice one. Should do a build in the Aza Mesa case. I would love to. I would love to do that. You know, Jeff, something I did in December turned out to be one of my favorite things to do. And essentially it was a sponsored stream with an SI where they came up with a spec. They sent me all the stuff and I got to build it. I sent it back to them so they could do their QC, because they have to do that for the warranty purposes. But then it was given away, and that was super fun. I'd love to do that with you guys. That'd be super fun. I rebuilt my office PC into it. I don't know why, but I have a really soft spot for Aza cases. They have some really gorgeous cases. They just do. They do. It's like they go the direction of Inwin without making them as prohibitively expensive. Merry Time Zones, Bray & Co. to you as well. All right. Now, you stated yes, you do plan on eventually upgrading your CPU, or you want to have the option to upgrade your CPU. That kind of defaults us right now to AMD. Nothing wrong with that. That's what we're going to do then. So we can straight up configure a custom PC for you, and I've got a code that gets you 5% off on that, which is pretty substantial. Now, if I know you mentioned something that was a ready system, let me check something here in your thing. You want it within 2 weeks. That's not too far away from what you would get this. Estimated ship date of 5/2/2024. So, yeah, it'd be about 2 weeks, more or less. Expensive, just beautiful. Yeah. They also have the mesh pyramid case now, so there's that. Now, what are you doing with your system? It is gaming and streaming at 1440p. Very easy to do with 2500. I wanted the InWin Tau 2.0 case, but I could never get a hold of one. Even InWin couldn't locate one for me. That's crazy. Well, they do limited runs of their stuff, though. I'd love to check out their facility in Taiwan. I know that Gamers Nexus did. Now, this case here is the one that's going to be the case I'm going to be using for this, for a pre-built rebuild. If you're wanting to utilize that series down the road for doing your own upgrades and you want to be able to follow along even easier, that means it's a good idea to go with this one. You did say you want your PC in black, and it came out looking pretty snazzy in this case. They did a really good job on this. So I would suggest sticking with this one, but if you want a different style case, they do have plenty of different options here. Only thing I would suggest staying away from are the height cases for streaming, because plenty of things like internal capture cards do not fit in the Y series of cases, Y40, Y60, Y70. So, but there are a couple of other options. Now, for just gaming and streaming, the 7800X3D is going to be a great choice. 8 cores, 16 threads is plenty for streaming. Are we okay? Are we all right? We're good, right? Sorry, I just felt like the world froze there for a second. But we're back. We're back now. Would doing a custom be better? You save more money on it, and we get to be picky because of the streaming thing, okay? Because you added streaming in there, it means I want to be selective of the motherboard you're going to be using. And let's go to that right now. So the motherboard that comes with this is not bad to start with, okay? You get a decent amount of I/O. It's not bad at all. That's more than what you would need for a straight-up gaming PC. Not by much, but it is more than what you need. However, for $19 upgrade, the one we just chose for the previous build is available for $19 more, plenty more I/O, tons more storage options, all that. Like in case you want to do things like saving your streams locally, which I personally prefer to do if I feel the need to. Adding more storage is easy, and it's a snazzy looking board. So $19 for that change is very, very nice. I'd also up your... Well, let's change the video card first. 4070 Ti Super is only going to be $379 more. $379 more. But that means we also want to upgrade your power supply. Thermaltake Tough Power GF3 is a very, very solid power supply. Oh, they got a new one. 1000 watts Seasonic Focus V3 GX 1000 for $55 more. That's cheaper than the Thermaltake one. Yep, that's a yes. Okay, there you go. 1000 watt power supply. More than you need for this build. Having the extra overhead is never a bad thing. It doesn't really cost you much more. You're not actually utilizing all that power all the time. Okay. Let's bump you up to a 360 millimeter AIO for that 7800X3D. And your storage as well. Now, currently, you're getting your storage for free. That is, I can't be mad at that. And I gotta say, though I have my preconceptions, my preconceived notions when it comes to storage, This drive, the SN580, in my testing on that stream where I unboxed this thing, it was kind of bonkers how good it did. You can totally go for a bigger, faster drive, 2 terabyte Kingston Fury Renegade if you want to, but it's like $192. You have 3 extra M.2 sockets on this thing, and one of the first episodes of the series is going to be showing you how to add that. So my suggestion is going to be to stick with the main drive and get yourself. It is so quiet. It is so quiet. Like, I can barely hear that. You almost barely be able to hear it. I'm really sorry about that. All right, Jeff, appreciate you. Thanks for coming in, buddy. With the custom builds, do they come with Windows 11 pre-installed? Yes. Dirt Shooter 64, thanks for sending that. But I don't think that that TTS is going to be the best one. I don't know. It's too quiet. I can actually change that. I'm going to come here to do it, but let me change that. I'm just going to raise the volume up. Okay, I've made it a lot louder. I hope it works. No overclocking with this GPU and CPU, but an offset negative curve makes CPU run at highest boost clock for much longer. I run mine negative 22. Little out of left field, but okay. Dirt Shooter, I'm glad you're having fun with the new 10G stuff. I think it's pretty cool. I just wish it was louder on the TTS. I might even take a break on the music in case anyone does another one. I want that to be heard, but, you know, I don't know what to do about it because I don't have individual control over it in OBS. It just goes through my main audio. So, see how much louder that is doing it this way.
Time to hydrate.
Did that just say time to hydrate?
This is a sample of what my voice sounds like. I am not real. Are you real?
Yeah, see, it's still not that loud. And I'm going into it and turning it up. I will hydrate, though. Don't you worry. What if I bring up the pitch? No, the pitch is where it should be. Okay. That is nearly 200% volume. But I'll hydrate.
This is a sample of what my voice sounds like. I am not real. Are you real?
It's just not getting any louder. Ah, there we go. Control audio via OBS. That might be too loud now. Watch your ears, guys.
This is a sample of what my voice sounds like. I am not real. Are you real?
I actually couldn't hear it because I didn't have it playing back to me. But that looked a lot louder. That looked a lot louder. Just looking at the levels. Okay. Is that better? Oh. I see. Reaction to the 1,000-watt PSU. Gotcha. Awesome. Cool. Now we got it louder. There's your hydrate. was I? Here. Okay. Okay. Advice. When hydrating, it doesn't go down the windpipe. It goes the other way. Cool. Wow, that felt great. So now we can mix that with the music. That'll be fine because it's quite loud now. Okay. Let's see. I think they might have dropped the price on this to go to the 6,000 megahertz. I'm not sure, but we're going to go ahead and do that because that's ideal for Ryzen 7000 series. And I really would like to make this a 2 terabyte drive, but the pricing just doesn't quite make sense because you lose the 1 terabyte. Because it's free right now. It's deals like that actually make this a little harder because I hate for you to miss out on a free drive when you can just buy your own. Like the one I showed here. Right here. This Inland Performance Plus 2 terabyte M.2 PCIe Gen 4 has excellent speeds, excellent longevity. It's $139.99. So I suggest you order that on the side and install it yourself using the instructions you'll find in the video that should be posted sometime in the next month for pre-built, rebuilt. That series is starting up soon. And just stick with this as your boot drive. It's working great in the system they sent me. Now, again, you can change the case if you want. That's not a problem. There are some decent choices here. Okay. H7 Flow mesh is quite nice. There's also the Langcool 216, very good. Shadow Base 800, but the Shadow Base particularly adds quite a bit of price to it. But yeah, this case, I got to tell you, it looks really good. In fact, here, I'll show you. Texture quality to medium. Okay. Isn't 576. Look at that. Non-X CPU. Pulling, it looks damn good. Cyberwife Faroon, what's up? What's going on? Let us commence forth, computer enthusiasts. Indeed. Have a Samsung Pro boot. Makes PC way, way faster. Not tangibly so when it comes to booting. Honestly, no. I can't agree with that. Generally, you'll notice the speeds. Like the difference is way faster than a, say, a 2.5-inch SSD or something like that. But when you're talking about the difference between 4,100 megabyte per second read speeds and 7,000 or 7,400 megabyte per second read speeds, the difference isn't all that great. And if you're talking about the quality of drives, this Inland drive actually is spec'd to last longer than any Samsung Pro drive, period. The whole Samsung Pro drive thing being the best thing, it's not really the thing anymore. They kind of fell behind on that. So not something I'd agree with. That does look good. It didn't look as good in the pic. You know why? You want to know why? Because here, it's in purple. Always makes things better. Always makes things better. Also, the AIO CPU block looks really nice. I do wish it came with RGB fans, but this thing actually turns out to have pretty tasteful RGB, in my opinion. It's not overdone this way. Oh man, we got double chat going on right now. What's up with that? I went from WD Black to 990 Pro and everything is faster. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. When you copied from that Western Digital Black. Also, you're not saying which Western Digital Black it is. The 770, SN770 is very different from an SN, SN what, 850X, whatever the hell it's called. There's different versions, okay? When you did that, it made it a sequential read, essentially, which can run faster than random read writes. Just got to watch out for and avoid DRAM-less storage. Jubal Rawl, I used to think the same way, honestly, and I gave advice on that. But the SN580 from Western Digital is the one that they sent with the PC, and it was fast. HMB, I think, has come a long way. HMB is the option that you get now if you're DRAM-less, where it uses system memory for the DRAM cache, and it's running really well. Like, I ran a large folder copy from an external M.2 enclosure that is very fast to that internal drive, and it ran 1 gigabyte per second the whole time, apparently, which was nuts. Or was it? Yeah, no, it was in gigabytes per second. It was crazy. And it's not about the speed. It's not about the speed. It's about how long the speed lasts and how consistent it is. It was super consistent, is what I'm saying. There are fast. I mean, you're going to see faster and slower numbers than that. It was just super consistent the whole way through. And that's here in the stream. Let's find it. Look at this. Look at that. Look at how consistent that is. This is DRAM-less. It is HMB instead. And that's nuts. The default advice was get a drive with DRAM, like always. But like, that was so good. And yeah, it'll drop down, it'll go up. That's going to happen. But this was going for a long time. Yeah, once it picked up, it was just fast, man. Couple dips, no big deal. So I'm really impressed with what they've been able to do with HMB. It's quite good. And besides, it's free. You can always just clone your OS to a faster drive like this one here, right here. Clone your OS to that, and then use the drive they sent you, format it, use it for extra storage. You can do that, okay? But anyways, there's the build right there. It's not even hitting your $2,500 budget, and this is before the 5% off, okay? So, taking that into consideration, what are we looking at for you're looking at 1440p gaming and streaming, right? We're already good, but the 4080 is $300 off. It kind of has to be, because the MSRP is $200 more than the 4080 Super, but this makes it cheaper than the 4080 Super, and the performance is very close. Let's see real quick, okay? You don't need this. This is over spec for what you're doing. But $25.93 before 5% off. All right? I'm going to add this to cart. Now, one thing to be notified about here, I want to tell you, your GPU is going to ship uninstalled. They provide a guide on how to install it. It is safer this way. They don't have to put a bunch of Instapack in there that can sometimes accidentally pull cables off your motherboard, things like that. And it gets shipped in its own box within the outer box, okay? But let's see what this is like after the 5% off. Review cart. With code Breathorn, it takes off $129. This is $2463 with a 7800 X3D and a 4080. 1,000 watt power supply. The storage could use a little work. Yes, it's not great. But if you want, you can stick with the 4070 Ti Super and then get yourself that 2 terabyte drive, because you will have saved enough to do that at the same time, or go with this. I don't mind a little overspec. Okay. Triple B likes the case. I do too. Space Jam DVD. What? Dirt Shooter, have a good night. Thanks for throwing a little bit into the TTS. I appreciate that. I'm going to be refining that. It's going to be it should be more in your face now. But thanks for helping me do that. Okay. Let me go ahead and send this to you. Then go for the 2 terabyte. Well, you'll be able to change that if you want to, but the thing is, if you do that, you will lose the free 1 terabyte drive. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying that you would order this yourself and install it as a secondary, or you can swap it yourself as your boot drive. Either way, I'll have guides on how to do that stuff as part of the series upcoming. But you'll be able to run on this for now, no problem. Run on this, I mean, as it is for now, no problem. Oh, you probably do the 4070 Ti Super. Okay, I can do that. All right, so you want to have it just... What do you mean my card is empty? Are you crazy? Oh, come on. Well, this should be fast. Oh, here, I'll just do this. There we go. That did it. Okay, so 4070 Ti Super. Sure. But you can keep in mind, you are losing the free drive there. Okay, so it's about the same. It's a little bit more balanced out. 1440p, it's still overpowered for that. And yeah, now you have a really fast boot drive. So there you go. Oh, okay. Okay, so here, if you want to keep it the way it was, that's how it was right there. Now, remember, if you want to get the price under budget, you need to put in code Brayathorn right here, okay? It's just like it shows it right here. Spell it correctly. It will take 5% off your build, a total of $129, getting it down to $24.65 and 25 cents before taxes. And shipping is calculated in checkout. It might be free shipping. I'm not sure. But there you go. You also have options to up your warranty if you choose to, but yeah, there you go. Okay, Pokemon Ali, 3402. It is your turn. Go and trust me, I won't forget the code. Thank you so much. You're very welcome. Okay, looks like we're doing for Pokemon Ali a Microcenter build. So is it Ali? Pokemon Ali, by the way? Or Ali? What's up, Dodger Dog? How's it going? Welcome. Okay, North Jersey, Microcenter. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you. You listed 2,000 as your budget. What's your maximum budget? Is it like 2,200, 2,300? Is it pinned right at 2,000? What are we talking about for that? I imagine I'm going to get a good amount of requests for the North Carolina Microcenter when that opens. It's going to be cool. Any way you want. By the way, it does not have to be Microcenter, only if that helps. 2,100. Well, the thing about Microcenter is, first off, they have some bundles that can help. And I know you're not interested in upgrading your CPU over time, so we can keep that take that into consideration. However, let me see. You're just doing gaming. You stated you don't know what resolution you're looking for. Generally, whenever someone says that, they end up looking at 1440p because here's my explanation for that. 1080p, great for budget systems or esports, pro gaming, that kind of thing. 4K, high-end AAA gaming, high budget systems, things like that. 1440p is the perfect meshing of those two things. Higher resolution than 1080p, much easier to run than 4K. So that's usually what I recommend. And the monitor pricing is quite nice too. Now, the reason I would say that I'll point you at Microcenter if you live close to one is because you can get a warranty through them that if you ever have a problem, you're not shipping your PC to a system integrator. You just take it right back to the Microcenter and they have to fix it. The downside is most system integrators have a warranty baked into the price already. That's kind of why Microcenter costs less. They're not committing to providing you with a warranty right out of the box. They give you like 30 days if you get it built by them. But for a couple $100, you can get it to where 2 or 3 years, they're going to take care of you no matter what happens to your PC unless you cause the damage or something. It's not a hard budget. That's fine. Gaming only at 2,100 is fine. That's easy. Particularly with Microcenter. Okay, this is the one right here. They're both very similar, but this has got the V2 of the same motherboard. So that's the one I would go for. And that's $499. And when we click on that, it'll show us that you are actually saving $184.98 on this bundle. Quite nice. That at least covers a big chunk of the same-day Pro assembly. Now, let me ask you this. How much do you care about ray tracing in the games you play? Like if you're playing Cyberpunk 2077 and you want all of the visuals to be at their peak, then you turn on ray tracing and all that. Is that really important to you? Because it looks good without it. I mean, I showed that in the stream that I did. And I can show that actually on screen if you want. But it does lower your FPS. And then NVIDIA has their DLSS 3.0, AMD has FSR, and FSR actually did quite well in my experience, in the experience I had here. But it's not quite up to the level of NVIDIA when it comes to ray tracing and their DLSS. Gets you a rocket ship PC, indeed. Rurutu says, that's my Microcenter. You own that Microcenter? Oh my God. And you still put your PC on the floor? Wow. The world is a wondrous place. Possibly, but I don't really play games that need it in that way. Okay, so then we go for an AMD GPU, and you're going to get more FPS per dollar, basically. Yep, I own all 26 Microcenter locations. Sponsor me, please. Give them the pizza PC. I don't remember the pizza PC, but it sounds amazing. Oh yeah, 7900 XTX for less than $1,000. Love that. And there's 3 options. ASRock, Power Color, and Gigabyte. We're going with a Gigabyte motherboard. Let's go with the Gigabyte GPU. Oh, that one's $999. Power Color it is. 7900 XTX and a 7800X 3D is like AMD royalty when it comes to the pair up for gaming. It is so good. Now, I do want to mention, because I have been mentioning this, okay? Also, I might need to change the GPU to like a 7900 GRE, which would cut the price down considerably, and it's still going to be more than you need. And I'm probably going to do that because I'm looking at the price now. I'm like, oh yeah, that's most of your budget. Oops. I'll change that. But yeah, keep in mind that in the first week of June, AMD is going to be announcing their new lineup of CPUs. If you are interested in getting the newer stuff, or you're wanting to see if they're going to drop the price on the older stuff, when that happens, you'll want to wait the 4 or 5 weeks, about 5 weeks until that time. I'm just giving you the disclaimer there. I realized I chose to. I'm gonna go. I meant to look for 7900 GRE, but let's see. GRE. See what pops up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 1440p all day long with this sucker, and it's way cheaper. This thing is gonna be insane. There's also the 7900 XT, but the GRE is close to that one in performance. It's just a great price. I do like NVIDIA, but that changes the build and makes it harder. You don't have to change. I could, though. If you like NVIDIA, then I can do that. But to get similar performance to this, you're going to need to add like $300 to the price. And that's just how NVIDIA rolls. That's just their MO. Let's keep going with the build, and if it's a possibility within there, then we'll do that. Okay. Same drive that we looked at in the last build. It's right here. 2 terabytes, Inland Performance Plus. Now this, I can actually show you guys what I was talking about. So, Samsung and Inland, right? So looking at the Inland Performance Plus, here's what I look at right here. The endurance. The speeds are very close, up to 7,000 megabyte per second sequential read speed, up to 6850 megabyte per second sequential write speeds. The endurance is rated at 1,400 terabytes written. Let's look at the 2 terabyte 990 Pro. This is 200 terabytes less terabytes written for the longevity. It is faster for the read speeds. Not a ton faster, but it's faster for the read speeds and about the same for the write speeds. But it's not going to last as long, and it costs a lot more. $190 versus $132. And it doesn't last as long. So, yeah, easy choice. Come on, Samsung, get it together. Okay. Now we get to figure out, oh man, look at this build total so far, 1212. We can totally go NVIDIA if you want to, but yeah, we're doing pretty good so far. All the core components are chosen. So now we need a case. And this is where your opinion is the most important. Okay. Damn, I was wrong about durability. It's not that far off, but the price though, you know what I mean? The pizza. Oh, that's right. That's right. Ah, man, the ASRock. The ASRock boards, the live mixer boards. Yeah, I don't think they have those. But we also went with a bundle, which saves almost 200 bucks. So we can't choose the motherboard when we do that. Joseph Huckins says, build one in northeastern Maine if you own Microcenter. The closest one is 12.5 hours away. There you go. All right, Baruchu, that's a message for you. They want you to build one in northeastern Maine. I'd like a case with a glass front and side panel. Sure, that helps me determine which one I should recommend. Now, I would want one that has fans, and I already know which way I think I want to go if they have it. So we're going to look at Montech. And if they have the King 95 Pro, we are golden. They do. 2 in stock. Okay. This thing looks insane. It's built insanely. It comes with all the fans you need. And they're special fans where they're reverse flow on the side and on the bottom. Yeah, this thing looks sick. Here, I'll show you. Look at that. Is that the only picture they give us? It's the only picture they give us. But there's 3 fans on the bottom that you can't see there. And then for the top, that's where your all-in-one liquid cooler goes. It's gonna come with its own fans. Hey, wait, they have the Pro in white too, but it doesn't show the fans. That's weird. That's weird. You're weird, Microcenter. Why are you so weird? Are any of you in chat triggered by overspec power supplies? Because if that's the case, you should reconsider watching my stream, because that's what I always do. Because it don't hurt nothing. See, Sonic. Y'all need to realize people can't really see power supplies. Why are you making them so nice looking with the Sakura edition? No, they have a build service. They're going to build it for you. See, it's this right here. You'll see it in a second. Same day pro assembly. The thing about this is their assembly fee is quite high, and it goes up quite a bit when you choose an all-in-one liquid cooler, which is what we're going to go with. So it's going to go up to $250. But they do it in the same day. Basically, if you're able to put in your order at least 4 hours prior to them closing, they build it for you that day. They got the Mystique, man. That'd be so easy to recommend if it had RGB fans. And it already is very easy to recommend. It is in general, but yeah. Okay. And you see right here, it's going to raise it up by $100 to build this thing. $249.99. Can you believe the nerve of these people? But we've got everything we need, so now we can go in and change the GPU to an NVIDIA one, since you said you prefer that. So let's go ahead and do that. Look at that. They have a 3090 Ti Tough Gaming for $799. No, that's gonna be too much. Is it? Maybe. $2152. It's a little bit too much. So we can switch it to instead be the 4070 Super. Or a 4070 Ti non-super. That's an option as well. Wow. Of course, the cheaper models, one in stock. Only one in stock. Yeah, okay, cool. 4070 Super, accelerate. What's up, Nemus Tech? How's it going? Damn, they got that 2060 Super for $209. Low key, rad GPU for its time, and still it could still run it. Okay, there we go. 1982. Now, the thing is, if you want to be able to just take this thing and throw it at them and say, hey, fix it. If it stops working for some reason, you do need to add system protection. But we have included the $250 same-day pro assembly, and we're still under budget. So if you can scratch together another $100, then you can get yourself the 2-year system protection, and it'll come out to, $2182. Fully built for you, everything done. Now, here's one thing you're going to need to do, okay? With these guys, what you'll want to do is ask them to install Windows 11. You can request either Windows 11 Home or Pro, either way. If you're not sure what the difference is between the two, you probably do not need the extra features of Windows 11 Pro. We'll put it that way. So Windows 11 Home, ask them to install it, but not activate it. Then you go to my YouTube sponsor, VIP CDK Deals, which are linked to my SI Weekly videos, the descriptions. Go there, click the link, and get Windows for like $20. You get an OEM Windows license for $20. The thing is, you need to remember, if you get Windows 11 Home, get a key for Windows 11 Home. If you get Windows 11 Pro, get the key for Windows 11 Pro. You cannot use the key to upgrade Home to Pro. You need to get the right key for the one that you have installed. So just ask them, hey, could you install Windows 11 Home on there, but just not activate it? And then you use an OEM key, and then you are golden. You're good to go. Systems on Amazon are Newegg with Intel 8th gen CPUs and GTX 1650 makes me giggle. Yeah, I mean, it's still something for somebody, GTX 1650 is going to run out of breath real quick these days, though. Throw another 2 terabyte NVMe drive in that. I mean, you could, but it's not necessary at this point. If they're just playing a few games, 2 terabytes is going to be enough for a while. Laws, I have a Corsair RM850E for my 7600X and 7800 XT build I'm doing. Then Kara 73, that's kind of the way I look at it. Overdo it on the power supply. It's not going to be shoving all that power into it 24/7. It's upon request. $2,100 build, go for 1200 watt. Might as well. Nah. No, you should always have headroom. Are the Montecs on that not so great? They're fine. And they're also reverse flow. And most fan manufacturers need to start making those. Initializing, hello, good night to you as well. TI Super has dual encoders. Super has not. Extra 50, worth it. It's an extra $150. Well, no, it's an extra $100. Or about 150, yeah. Also, they're not streaming, so who cares? Base Axe, remember, this is why I ask all these questions. They're not streaming. It's just just a gaming only system. That is why I ask for the use case for every single PC. Doesn't matter if they don't have dual encoders. Besides which, NVIDIA encoding is just good. It's just very good all around anyway. And who's using AV1 if they're streaming on Twitch? It's still in beta, so most people aren't using that. But you don't really need the dual encoders if you're not streaming. Doesn't really matter. So there you go. There's your build. Here's what you need to do. I'm going to give you this link right here. You need to click that link and basically add this to cart. If you want to get the 2-year system protection, as you see there, you need to, you do need to select that. Also, set your Microcenter to your correct location up here at the top. Set it to your location, add it to cart, and you need to do that because if I do another Microcenter build tonight, which I'm only going to do 1 or 2 more anyway at this point. If I do another Microcenter build, I have to clear this out. It's not going to be there anymore. So you need to add that to cart or set up a Microcenter account and save the build, which you can do right here, where it's like save to, that's to share it. Hold on a second. Let me see. Save right here. Save this build. So you create a Microcenter account, save your build, or add it to cart, and you'll have all of the part selection there. I'm biased since I just spent a fortune on that GPU. Well, I can't really be biased, Base Axe. I have to think about what the individual buyer needs. Any update on going to CES? I really hope you get to go. Oh, crap. Okay. I really need an alert for those. Because the problem you see is that Twitch doesn't know. What Twitch doesn't know is that Jeff's Trains just gifted 50 Brayathorn memberships to the community. Let's go, nerds. That is a gifted membership for Chris, Camden Durimus, Max Blues, Hal Ryzen, KL130, Launch Brought, Bill Ewing, Chris Isaman, Rentrenu, Illuminat Me. That's a funny name, actually. David B, Ricebo, Uncle D, Ivan Richardson, Calix Hale, Survivalist Z, F3 DPF, KD, Chris Bluell, Erkin Arcade, Ian Field, Lorenzo C25, Everb. I got completely lost. Okay, Eric, Jeepin OT, Jesus Cruz Lopez, The Haters, Mark Hicks, Mike E. Trails, Northern Lights. Oh, no, that's just you saying, wow, Jeff. Matt, Gaming is Everything, S-Bon 1, Phoenix Knight 8, 12, Phoenix Knight 12, Shane Acker, It's Caps, Elvis Ramirez, Bugs 4306, Steve Murray, Theron Fissel, Zombie GFL, Sandy Real Madrid, Pyro, XX Pyro XX, Dark Raiden, Daniel Ray, Octavius Juan Kenobi Prime, Hellhammer, Joey Mirko, and Mystic Tryhards, and Nick. Welcome to the swarm. Hi, Jeff. Holy jeez. Pokemon Ollie, it is random. The gifts are random. Baruchu says it's random to 33,000 subs. Yeah, pretty much. Read all the names. That's what I do. Pokemon Ali, you're ready. You're welcome for the build. Please get that filled out. Get that added to your cart. Hey Bray, I was wondering if you ever thought about doing consulting PC builds. Gyro, yes. I did think about doing that. There's an email listed in my about section for the YouTube channel. You can send an email there. The fee is going to be $100, and you get like 45 minutes of my time, one-on-one, and I help you out. There you go. It's really however long it takes. Through a Discord conversation, we get everything done. Discord call or whatever you prefer, we get that done. Anyways, I'm going to tell you Northern Lights. I don't know that I'm going to be able to go. Just things going on. And the sponsor that I was kind of banking on backed out. So it is what it is. It's a pretty expensive trip. And where finance is better right now, I would just fund it myself. They're just not. But I mean, things like what Jeff's Trains just did happen. And then that helps. Thank you, Jeff's Trains. That's insane. Been out of town? Well, we missed you. How are you doing? Oh, okay. Well, is Jubalral still here? I have questions about yours. So, yeah, I hope you're here so I can look at that. Still here. Okay. Jeff, okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. You convinced me. I'll do that. It's so cringe to me to do a GoFundMe thing. It feels so cringe to do that. I'm sure you understand if I would rather take sponsorship and have a company pay for it rather than my viewers. And I don't know how I can provide value to you guys for it. I don't know what even to put on there. But I'll do it. Yeah. I'll get that up. I'll get that up before the next PC matchmaking stream. Yeah, Jabal, that's the thing about YouTube. It is slow. That's how that goes. It's just because you guys get the stream in 4K, and that introduces some lag, and that's how that is. It's okay. It really requires patience from me more than anything, and I try. So let's talk about System 76, and because Jabal Raw wants to do some Linux coding / game design. And I know that because System 76 specializes in Linux systems. That's what they do. And this is their desktop. And it is unusual, to say the least. Just looking at the case. It has very specific. It's funny that they're like, we support right to repair. Desktops in general, that's why people get desktops. So it's not really anything special, but I like that they're vocal about that. That's nice. But the airflow setup is unique to System 76. It's not a front intake, top and rear exhaust kind of setup or side intake on a dual chamber case. It sort of just tries to feed airflow directly to the components, which is cool. It's a very unique enclosure, and I would personally love to get my hands on one of these, but I think I remember seeing Linus Tech Tips messing with one of these, and they were a bit baffled at some of the choices made with the case. Well, I mean, this shows you exactly what I'm trying to show you, G-code. It shows you exactly what I'm trying to show you. The case itself. I mean, you're not seeing the stuff on the far left, sure. Okay, how about this? There we go, perfect. So your GPU goes here, and as you can see, there's airflow for the GPU. There's a fan right there, and then there's an opening in the side right here. And then your CPU cooling is there on the CPUs here. You have intake right there for the CPU. It's pretty cool. It's like directed airflow. I can't be mad at that. But it's like, why a proprietary case? Like if you want something like, if you could look at like Puget Systems, and they have their kind of cases, but it's not like this necessarily. It's still kind of standard. I think this is still standard ATX. It's just a little weird. Pokemon Elite, my pleasure. Always happy to help with that. Let us know how it turns out. Oh, I just moved my desk. Okay. Braid, do I need to fill out a form for you to review a PC I'm about to buy in the next few minutes? Zyra, that's not how that works. I mean, you could do that, but like, that's too much pressure. Just go through the regular process and hold off until your turn comes up. Train is the GOAT. So essentially, they focus on Linux-based systems. And basically, there's a system here that has the budget they're looking at, which is listed as $1,500. So the easy thing would be to say, hey, here you go. Here's the system. Because I'm not as familiar with the needs of Linux than I am with the needs of a Windows PC. Oh, okay. Well, there's that. Never mind. I mean, I guess it goes higher than that. 14900K, 14900K. Really, a 14900K and RX 7600 graphics is their default spec. It's $2,200 and it comes with a 1 terabyte drive. Already a red flag for me. I didn't want that. These look sick though. Look at this. You can choose these colors. And of course, I trust them a little bit less because none of these choices are purple. But yeah, an i9 with a 7600 is like, what? And this is $3,400. They gave you better storage, 2x2 terabytes. You get 128 gigs of RAM, another i9. I wonder how that's working out for them with the whole i9 thing slowing down or crashing and all that. But you don't buy Linux for gaming, so there's that. 4070 Ti Super. Yes, I know Steam works on Linux. Okay, I know that. Man, I don't know. This is very alien territory for me. Okay. I like that none of the color choices add money to it. That's good. I guess you choose the one that you want, Ubuntu or Pop OS. This is defaulted to a 13700K, and it is all Intel. I'll ask you then, Jubal Rawl, does AMD not play well with Linux or something? It's the GN criticism of Dell Alienware over-engineered PC case design. Rutu, I would agree with that. However, when LTT reviewed the latest Alienware, and Linus saw the proprietary motherboard with the front panel IO, this being this weird PCB extension there, he was like, cool. And I'm like, ugh, why would you think that's cool? That means it's e-waste. It's like going to be e-waste way sooner than it should because it's proprietary to this case. Why would you like that? And he was like, to be clear, I understand it's proprietary. That's not the cool part. It's cool because I get it for the install process. And I'm like, just get good installers. Like, Orchaos says AMD has been fine on Linux. I've been gaming on Linux with a 7700 XT and 7700X and 7800 XT. Exotic, I do have to say, good luck finding one of those cases, the Y70 Touch, because they're not really in stock. They were not able to keep up with the demand for it when it came to the screens. So now they sell that case without the screen, and you can buy the screen later when they're available in order to upgrade it yourself. So this is already $1,500 with a 500 gig M.2 drive. Why are they even buying these? Okay, I get it. Linux is different, I guess. It's for a different thing, whatever. You can get additional drives. Integrated graphics for $1,500. And a 1-year warranty. It's cool, guys. You can get it with a $180 keyboard, though. Okay, so it's Intel only. It has slow DDR5, which I don't know how that plays with Linux. I don't know if that's a problem. It should be just a thing between the processor and motherboard. But okay, DDR5 4800. All happening under the proud smile of the JDEC crew. At least the upgrades in storage are reasonable. Well, ish. That 2 terabytes probably a bit overpriced, considering it's that plus the $135. It's $135 plus whatever the value of this 500 gig drive that's taken out is. So what is it that led you to System 76? I'm curious. AMD works best for Linux, but I'm guessing NVIDIA for machine learning programming. I'm not talking about GPUs. I'm talking about CPUs. So between AMD and Intel. Because if you look, their CPUs are limited 100% to Intel. Height did a press release on February 15th. Y70 touchscreen will be available Q3 2024. Yep. I wonder if they're just stuck with old stock, but you honestly could use any machine to burn an ISO to a USB drive. Yes. LTT for entertainment, Gamers Nexus for actual tech tips. Yeah, and definitely a bit of sanctimony. There is a bit of high horse syndrome going on at GN. But it's one of the reasons we love that channel, right? We like to see him rant. I can't even say anything about that. Because, like, I might have been known to have a rant or two myself. Oh, I just saw that you responded to my question, why them? I was interested in them years ago, but only recently able to get one soon, and their options started looking odd to me, so I wanted to hear your opinions. You're getting those in spades, that's for sure. I don't know why they're stuck on only Intel processors. That's unfortunate, and there's no, like, nothing with fewer cores. Now, to be clear, you get more cores for the money with Intel. That's great. And that can probably helps a lot with coding / game design kind of stuff if you need a lot of cores for that. But the lack of upgradability, you stated, though, that you don't care about that. So that's not my problem. I just don't like the fact that there's no option for AMD as an option there. Like there's no option for that. It's an option way too many times. Also, there's faster memory now. I'm not sure what the compatibility issue is here or if they can't get it to be stable. Other SIs have done so I think that they need to work on that. The storage is, I don't, because I don't commonly run Linux systems, if someone's just trying to get a small system for like a server client kind of setup and they just want an OS on there and all the files are held on the server, then yeah, 500 gigs is more than you need. But I mean, pricing on storage is still really good. I don't know. It's a big assumption to make, I guess, but the fact that you can choose is fine. Now, I will say this. I take issue with a $1,500 PC not coming with a dedicated GPU. I think that's kind of ridiculous. However, just looking at that case, which is proprietary to them, it is clearly an expensive case. So that's probably part of what you're paying for there. And I gotta say, like, that means you're gonna be paying from scratch for any GPU that you choose. Yeah, hold the phone. This GPU pricing starts out kind of okay, but $1,419 for a 4080 Super? I zoomed in too much. $1,419 for a $999 graphics card. I'm sorry, I gotta say this like Zach. NVIDIA graphics card, okay? You don't say NVIDIA. You don't say NVIDIA if you're part of the Zach's Tech Turf community. You say NVIDIA graphics card, okay? You gotta hit that really hard. That lets people know that like you served in the military, but you're also a PC nerd. That's where that is. Love you, Zach. You're awesome, dude. Anyways, what the hell, System 76? What is going on with your supply here? Like your distributor. Like you need to, if it's them that's overcharging you, you need to get a new rep. If it's y'all that are overcharging your customers, then it's y'all overcharging your customers, and maybe don't do that. CPUs and usually is better. I'm thinking that they changed a lot since I looked at their site 4 years ago and lusted after a cool looking Linux machine. You know what's a cool looking Linux machine? Literally any computer. Any computer can be a cool looking Linux machine because it's just computer, and you just load your open source Linux operating system on it for free. System 76 kind of patting themselves in the back a little too hard here. Now, if they want to be Falcon Northwest with their proprietary case, they probably shouldn't offer a system for $1,500 and just say, hey, your buy-in is $3,000 bucks. All right, that's where it starts. $2,500 bucks, $3,000 and that's fine. Now, remember that we're just looking at one component right here. And as you go down in the components, it's that percentage markup seems to scale down and it seems to get more reasonable. Okay. If you're just not needing to do that much 3D rendering kind of stuff, you can run your system on integrated graphics or, a 7600 or something like that. But it looks like all of them are marked up to some extent. And there must be something I don't know. There has to be something I don't understand because I'm not a Linux obsessed person. But this does seem to be the cheapest option here in this one, but there are other options for smaller cases. Like this one starts at $999. Let's look at this. That was like the hardest sneeze tease I've ever had in my life. Holy crap, it came and went like a lightning bolt. Yo, Edgy, thank you for the $2 super sticker, my friend. Thank you. How are you doing? AMD usually is better. Gotcha. Nemus Tech. I feel like I'm like off center with my camera here. Like I have been this whole time, which is just great. Other than proprietary ARGB gaming software, etc., yes, you have OpenRGB on Linux, but far too much software is Windows only. Sticking to 5-volt ARGB hardware or Blackout is the best. I run Blackout. Fair, yeah. And I used OpenRGB for a long time, and it was fine. But yeah, their options used to be decent 4 years ago, but maybe COVID and supply chain messed them up. I may just have to do DIY instead. I wouldn't fault you for that. And I mean, if you like the look of their cases, might I recommend a nice Fractal North? If you want that, you know, metal case with wood accents, super sick. Yeah. Only watching LTT for WAN Show and Tech Linked News. I'm sorry, I like their other content, the fluff content. It's great. Like I sit there watching them put Ludwig in the torture chair to play Minecraft, and I'm like, they had a chance there and they took it. Like, I don't know, it's entertaining stuff, but that's what it is, entertainment. Jabal Raw, I cannot fault you for that. You know, the sad thing here is that you could go with Build Redux and they could build you a system and install Ubuntu on it for you, which you could just overwrite. You can just format it and put whatever OS you want on there. But some of their options are just not there yet. I haven't checked them in a little bit, though. It might be better. But they're one of the only SIs that offer that. However, I'm sure you can go to any boutique builder, get similar pricing or better pricing, and ask them directly, if it's boutique builder, to, hey, just put Linux on this for me, or just send it with nothing on the storage drive. I'll install it myself. There you go. Most SIs don't want to support Linux, though. They don't want to provide tech support for it because they don't have on staff any Linux experts or whatever. Worst back injury I ever had came from a sneeze. Oh, man. I could see that being a thing. It's such a violent, involuntary function. I could see that happening. Okay. Want to remind you guys that there is a giveaway for a Falcon Northwest PC right now that you guys can enter. This is the last day to enter. Let me just drop the link for that right here. Bam. Bam. There you go. Okay, well, if you want to do a DIY build, or you want me to go with if you want to go with like a boutique builder, or you want to do a build over at like Alexander PCs or something like that, we can do that. Or wherever. Doesn't matter. You can always just wipe the drive and put Linux on it, and then you're off to the races. Jabal Rawl, it is your session. You let me know what you want to do. Also, is that the max budget, 1,500? Is that like the absolute peak, or is it like 1,650 or 17, or is it right at 1,500? Just let me know. All right, let's see. Oh, you know what Cogs from the community brought to my attention? That Thor, Pirate Software, had someone ask him to do a PC matchmaking for him with Starforge, which is hilarious, because Starforge is sponsoring Thor now, which is super funny. That's cool. That's awesome. That's such a smart move on their part. Your Wi-Fi/Bluetooth will probably also work on a clean install of Linux. When on Windows, you have to manually install your Wi-Fi/Bluetooth drivers manually quite often. I know there's benefits to Linux. I know that. I did run a USB booted Linux set up for like a bit to mess with it a bit. It just didn't quite mesh with me. I'm not like, I wasn't too into that. Like it just didn't quite catch my fancy, because my job at the time had me, and I'd always been on Windows, and my job had me supporting people on Windows and Windows networked and things like that. So I was just like, I don't have really the time or wherewithal to really get into this hobby, and I never did, and I should have done that. I really should have. A lot of my power user stuff that I used to do, I left it by the wayside because it wasn't necessarily helping me with what I was doing, which sucks. But doing the boutique places, install a drive with no OS, and 1500 basically is the limit. Little over isn't too bad. Can I say something real quick? For those of you in the YouTube chat, look up at the top right now. I just want to acknowledge once again, Jeff's Trains. Thank you so much for that. And I love that YouTube does that, or any large donations or gifts like that, gifted sub things like that, membership things like that. They just stay there for a while to remind me of that. And just like, it's just so positive. Thank you so much. So $1,500, 1440p gaming and coding / game design. So you want something balanced. Do you care about ray tracing in your games, by the way? All right, here we go. Are you ready? Ryzen 7 7700X, 8 cores, 16 threads. Has a tower cooler for the CPU, which should be okay for that. But you could upgrade that down the line. 32 gigs DDR5, 5600, not not perfect for Ryzen 7000 series, but it's okay. 1 terabyte M.2 drive, probably Gen 3, nothing super impressive, but a terabyte at least. Not the 500 gigs that System 76 wants to give you. MSI Pro B650-VC Wi-Fi, not a crazy motherboard when it comes to I/O and things like that, but for just gaming and coding / game design should be sufficient. Plus you get Wi-Fi 6E, 750 watt, 80 plus gold power supply, and you could, when you get this, just completely wipe the drive and put Linux on it. There you go. Way higher spec than what we were looking at. Plus, even though you mentioned on here that you're not super interested in being able to upgrade your CPU down the line, you're not looking at any of the issues that are coming with really high-end Intel CPUs or anything. And you're looking at a really nice case. And the CPU-GPU combo is excellent. My 7700X can hit 95C on a dual tower cooler. Should have been a 7700 non-X. You could always undervolt it or upgrade the CPU cooler. Not a problem. What's up, Warwolf Gaming? How you doing? What we're looking at here is the overall value, though. The overall value. iBuyPower or CyberPower for price to performance on this one. Yeah, pretty much is where my mind went right away. No ray tracing, not worth the performance. Hit agreed. Is there anything that you can see that's a high-end PC at around under 3,500? Instincts, I'm sorry. I'm actually, I can't see anything right now. I'm looking around, and I don't see any. How about you look at the description and follow the process everybody else follows, which is to fill out the form. That will give me actual helpful information about you as a buyer. That will help me make a good recommendation for you as an individual, rather than just what I like, because you don't, with you not providing me any information as to what you're going to be using it for, what kind of a, you take a look at the form. How about that? And you'll see all the questions you should be asking yourself before you make any purchases. I need Windows for work, but use Linux at home all the time unless software forces me to use the Windows partition. I see. Would be funny if Starforge expanded and bought EK cooling solutions, says BaseAxe. I don't see them doing that, considering that it's an out of country based company, and they don't have much in the way of assets other than a massive inventory that's sitting in warehouses, because they don't do in-house manufacturing. So there's not a lot of value there for a company to buy out. Yeah, eco mode via Ryzen Master is easy. Exactly, Org Chaos. You know what I'm talking about. How's your night going, Bray? It's going. We're getting to the end of it, actually. Only 25 minutes left in the stream. Instincts, I just like the wording of that, because it's like, is there anything you can see? And I'm like, at the moment, no, I can't see any. But Jabal Raw, I would say this. There's another aspect to this build, by the way. The fact that if you put in this name right here as a coupon code, it takes $50 off of the price, is also pretty nice. So this thing comes in at $14.50. Anything you find to be a little bit deficient in here, you can put that $50 towards upgrading it, getting yourself a bigger cooler, something like that. I don't know if I'm live right now. Maybe. Are you just looking on Twitch or YouTube? Oh, okay. Well, that was me. There you go. Hi, everybody. Yeah, I don't know why I went live again, because we were pretty much... I guess we will do... Wait, hold on. What is my audio coming from? Oh, yeah. Okay, I guess that's coming from my phone. Oh, good. I just lost my ear thing for my... There we go. Are we live? Can someone say something in chat? That'd be helpful. It appears that we are, at least on YouTube. Why is my sound coming from there? What the heck? Yeah, I haven't made Twitch go live again, but my sound is coming from here for some reason, and I have no idea why. Okay, I think we're good. All I needed to do was just send this link, and then I'll call it a night. But that was annoying. PC wouldn't boot up properly for a while. I had to try it thrice, and then it worked. But it's coming from my freaking phone. Are you serious? The sound was coming from my phone. Great. That's where it was coming from. Okay. Okay. So let me just give you the link for the PC. Use my name as a coupon code. It'll give you a discount. That's pretty much what you need to do. SO Tactical. I bought the Skytech Nebula. We'll be here tomorrow. I'm not sure why you'll be here tomorrow, SO Tactical. I'm not streaming tomorrow. What will you be doing here? Do you mean here like where you are? Is that what you mean? I hope you'll be wherever you are tomorrow, but there won't be anything going on here. Okay, there's your link. You're good to go. And I now have your thing here, done there. Cool. We got 5 taken care of tonight. Cool. Okay, I got to try to fix a couple things on my my PC. Make sure everything's going to run properly from here on out. But yeah, that sucked. I think the eclipse broke my brain. That was like a week ago, a week and a half ago. I don't know about that. I tried connecting my PC to my 4K TV, but it isn't showing any display. That sucks. SO Tactical. The PC will be here tomorrow. It's being delivered. Bought it from Amazon. Not what I would have done. I would have recommended buying it directly from Skytech. But Cicero edits. TVs aren't usually good for PC displays. Unless you have a TV specifically that states it has, 120 hertz refresh rate and variable refresh rate to help with screen tearing, things like that. It's not really meant for that use. If you're just using it for browsing, watching media, then it's fine. I'm not sure why it's not displaying. That would be a troubleshooting thing, and that's not really what we do on these streams. Okay. Jabalral, you good? Are you good with that right there? You good? Yes? Okay. I didn't start up the Twitch stream again because I was helping someone on this stream. So there we go. Great. Yay. And you can see what I said to the Twitch chat. Anyone who is still hanging out has been said there. So that's unfortunate. All right, guys. I'm going to call it a night because I got to figure out what was going on. That was pretty scary and not fun. There you go. Listen to Ori Chaos's advice. Also, if you're looking for any help with troubleshooting, stuff like that, when I'm live on stream, I'm helping people find PCs for their budgets and stuff. I'm not doing troubleshooting because it's not the best format for that. What I do is I would say go to the Discord, which is linked in my description, and create a forum post in the tech questions forums. So do that, and you should have a volunteer techie. As soon as they have the time to do it, they'll come around and try to help you out. But that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for sticking around while all that nonsense was going on. And I guess Jabalral took off or something. They didn't respond, but yeah, there's your system. Okay, guys. I got stuff to figure out because my livelihood relies on this PC and I need to keep it working. So I got some work to go do. But at least now you can get an idea as to why I haven't really been recommending Intel systems for a while. Ever since all that stuff started coming out, the lack of stability in high-end Intel systems has been affecting me too for a while, and I'm just not too happy about it. So that's going to be it. No problem, Pokemon Ali and Sister Edits and David Chandler. Just thank all of you guys for hanging out. I appreciate it. I don't have any Wheaties, Marutu. Sorry about that. But and Edgy, all y'all have a great evening. I'll see y'all on Sunday for the gaming stream. I hope you guys show up because that's fun. It's fun. It's super fun. Like, it's nuts. So I hope you guys show up for that. And if not, I'll see you on Tuesday for the next PC matchmaking stream. And until then, cool, still works. Take care.
Let's go, nerds!